All right, guys, how we doing? Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. It is great to see everybody here. Go ahead and type in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. Let me know you can see me. And we will go ahead and kick this thing off. All right. Danya's here. Chad's here. Chad, nice to see you. Rose. Gabriella, hi, how are you? Evan, Quantrell. All right, we got a great group of people here, guys. Let me go ahead and kick this thing off. We've got a couple hours today to really dive in and get some amazing work done. So, as you guys can see, the title of today's presentation is your AI powered high ticket offer. And that's exactly what we're going to be creating together today. So, I'm going to show you how to leverage AI to create an offer that you can price at 3K, 10K, 15K, or more. So, that's our goal for today, is to completely map out a high ticket offer that's worth $5,000 or $10,000 or more using AI. So, I'm going to give you the tools to create your entire offer, right? I mean, every lesson, every module completely mapped out in one day. So we're not going to be talking too much about marketing and sales today. This is strictly going to be offer creation. I mean, I'm sure we'll end up talking a little bit about marketing sales because I geek out on that stuff and I'm sure it's going to come up. But basically, the goal for today, guys, is to create your entire high ticket coaching program from scratch using AI. So keep in mind, I am going to be giving you guys a lot of Clients on Demand's secret sauce today. So you are not authorized to reteach any of this stuff or to reuse any of this stuff in your own training and programs or whatever, all right? If that's not okay with you, please log off now. If I go on Facebook tomorrow morning and I see you guys like selling the prompts that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this program for like $100, I'm going to be pissed. So please, please, please don't do that, okay? This is strictly for you. Now, what's cool is you guys get to keep access to the AI prompts and the AI bot and everything that I'm going to be giving you guys at the end of the call today. You guys get to keep access to that pretty much forever. So you can use that to make as many high ticket offers as you want. You can use it over and over and over again, but just please don't give it away. Don't share it with anybody else. If that's cool with you, type yes in the chat. Okay. All right, great. Looks like it's cool with everybody. All right, fantastic. And since people always ask, is there going to be a replay? We have the replay for sale if you upgrade to VIP. So what does that get you? That gets you access to the replay and it gets you a special bonus Q&A with me. So if you want that, we're going to go ahead and drop the link in the chat to upgrade to VIP. You can see Ryan just posted that right there in the chat. You guys are going to want the replay. Believe me, we're covering a lot of very important stuff together today. Just so you guys all know, there's no sales pitch on today's webinar. This is not like one of those bait and switches where you sign up for a webinar and then they don't give you any good information and they just try to sell you something. I'm not selling you anything here today. My goal for today is to get your high ticket offer finished. I know a lot of you guys have probably been working on your high ticket offer for a really long time. In fact, I spoke to somebody who has been in the mastermind of a pretty well-known guru type person. If I said their name, you'd know their name, but I'm not going to call anybody out. But they've been in this guy's mastermind for like 8 months and they've dropped like 80 grand and they still don't know what their freaking offer is. Like that just drives me absolutely nuts. So we're going to solve that problem once and for all right here on today's workshop. So all you got to do is pay attention, strap in, dial in, participate, and you are going to get insane amounts of value on today's call. All right, so real quick, who am I and why should you listen to me? Just in case you don't know who I am. My name is Russ Ruffino. I'm the founder of a company called Clients on Demand. We have been the high ticket experts since 2013. High ticket is all we do and all we teach. If you got anybody out there who is teaching high ticket or doing high ticket, they are doing it or teaching it using methods that we pioneered. We've done over $100 million in high ticket sales, which is a crazy thing to say. And I'm not even talking about like for our clients. I can't even calculate how much money we've made for our clients, but just internally at Clients on Demand, we're into the 9 figures in revenue now, which is bananas to even say. We've had over 6,000 happy clients, 5-star Trustpilot reviews. We've probably launched the careers of more high ticket coaches in the space than anybody else. And the one thing I want you guys to understand is this. It is my mission to help you live your mission. So everybody on this call has an impact that you were born to make in the world. And some of you guys are crystal clear on what that is, and some of you are not. But either way, it's my mission to help you live your mission. There's people out there that need your help. They don't need me. They don't need some other coach. They need you. But if your marketing and your offers aren't dialed in, then that means they can't find you. And to me, that's a tragedy. So I'm here to help you make that impact that you were born to make in the world, no matter what it takes. So that's why I'm here. That's the reason I get out of bed every day. That's the reason that we've done, over $100 million in high ticket sales, is because we are absolutely obsessed with this, absolutely obsessed with helping you win, absolutely obsessed with helping you succeed. I geek out on my clients' results, but I really geek out on my clients' results, if that makes sense. It's all those people that you were born to serve, all those people that you were born to help. It's my job to help you reach those people in a powerful way and change their lives. And yeah, also get paid accordingly. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. So, a couple quick house rules. Number one is definitely not get rich quick. I know you guys know that, but just want to be really clear. Building a great business takes a lot of work. So I can make it simple, but nobody can make it easy, if that makes sense. If anybody out there is telling you like, "Oh yeah, building an online business is a piece of cake. Your grandma can do it." They are completely bullshitting you. That is not true. All right. I've been doing this for a long time. This shit is hard. Okay. But I can make it simple and step by step. I can lay out the recipe. I can guide you as you follow the recipe, but it's never been easy and it's never going to be easy. So if anybody tells you that it is easy, oh, it's just a piece of cake, this is a snap. They're lying to you. They're trying to sell you something. Okay. The truth is this stuff is hard. Doesn't mean it's impossible, but it is difficult. All right. Number two, you need to have real expertise. So what we're going to be doing together today is to create your high ticket offer. Now, in order to have a high ticket offer, you got to be able to deliver some transformational value to your audience, right? So if you're like a 16-year-old kid who's working at Subway and you're like, hey, how do I have a high ticket program about becoming a, I don't know, really good sandwich artist? I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. All right. So you've got to help your clients solve a major life or business challenge, or this maybe isn't for you. And then number three, nothing that I'm going to share with you today should be taken as a statement about what you can do. So I'm going to pull back the curtain today. I'm going to reveal a lot of my secret sauce. I'm going to show you what works for me. But I'm not making any promises whatsoever about whether or not it's going to work for you. If you want to learn from the best of the best, you're in the right place. But don't be like, oh, Michael Jordan, I did a webinar with Michael Jordan and now I'm going to go out there and win all these NBA championships. It doesn't work that way. Every business is different. Every offer is different. You guys are grown up enough to understand that. So again, on this session, I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step blueprint for crafting a high ticket offer. This is the exact process I use in my business. A lot of what you're going to learn today goes against the conventional wisdom, and I'm going to be transforming the way that you think about your business. So some of these things you're going to understand right away. Others you're going to need to think about for a while. Some of these ideas are going to take a minute to percolate, especially if you haven't heard this stuff before, and that's okay. That's why it's so important for you guys to grab the replay. Again, it's available. It's super cheap. Grab the replay, grab the bonus Q&A. It's really going to help. And by the way, today's session is going to be interactive. So I want you to grab a pen and paper. I want you to open up Notepad, whatever you guys use, a Google Doc, whatever it is, use something to take notes. And again, if you need more time to think about things, that's okay. Just go back to the replay. Now, at the end of today's session, I'm going to give you my AI prompts to use and to reuse, but not to share. Okay. So here's the way we're going to work together today. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through some really important fundamental concepts when it comes to the high ticket model. Then I want to take a second and I want to check in with you guys to make sure that your high ticket offers are rock solid before we move to the AI piece. So here's the way the AI works, if you guys haven't really used it before. If you give the AI some very clear instructions, it'll crush it and do amazing things that will blow your mind and actually are kind of like a little bit scary. So I want to get really interactive with you guys in the second portion of the webinar. So I want to go over your offers as best we can. I'm probably not going to be able to get to everybody just because of time constraints, but I really want to check in with as many of you guys as I possibly can to make sure that your offers are super dialed in so that when we move on to the AI portion, it actually will produce something that's amazing for you. Does that make sense? So I want to make sure your outcomes are clear, your target audiences are clear, because then everything the AI produces for you is going to be really clear too. But if your outcomes are vague or fuzzy, or your target audience is fuzzy, then the output from the AI is not is going to be fuzzy too. And that's what I want to try to avoid. So I want you guys to participate. I want you guys to be interactive. I will be pausing in the middle of this thing to take some questions. And again, you guys also, if you bought VIP, you have access to the VIP Q&A. And I'm also going to give you guys the chance to book a one-on-one call with me or with my team so we can help you get even more clarity, right? I want this problem solved for you once and for all. I don't want anybody on this webinar like 5 or 6 months from now to still be scratching your head going, what the hell is my high ticket offer? I want to handle that today so you never have to think about it again. Fair enough? All right. Type yes in the chat if you guys are good with that. Cool. So you guys need to participate. The more you participate, the more you're going to get out of this, the more progress we can make together today. I want to nail down your high ticket offer so that you never have to worry about it again. All right. So everything that I'm going to teach you about today is about maximizing 3 things. So before we get into any kind of business building training, it's a really good idea to just quickly take a step back and check in and ask ourselves, what do we want out of this business in the first place? Like why is it so important to even do this? And the thing that I want you guys to understand is this: any business that you choose needs to maximize 3 things, and it needs to maximize those 3 things at the same time. The first thing it needs to do is maximize your income. So I don't want you guys to be chasing any kind of business model that can only get you to like 5K a month or like 10K a month or whatever that number is. I want you guys to be using a business model that can scale with the level of your ambition, so that if you want to build a giant business, you can. If you want to build a smaller business, you can. But you should be able to do that using basically the same model. Make sense? The other thing your business has to give you is freedom. And I define freedom as the ability to go pretty much wherever you want to go and do pretty much whatever you want to do. For me and my business, I want everything set up so that my whole business fits in a backpack and I can grab my kids, grab my wife, buy first class tickets to Hong Kong or Bora Bora or Tokyo or wherever the hell we want to go, get on a plane and take off. That's my definition of freedom, but your business has to meet your definition of freedom too. And the most important piece is impact. So your business has to be making a positive difference in the world, or you're going to look back and you're not going to be happy with who you've become, and you're not going to be happy with what you've built. My vision for each and every one of you guys is for 6 months from now, you should be able to look back on all these people that you've enrolled in your high ticket coaching programs and that you've actually changed their lives. So your business, whatever that business is, it's got to give you all 3 of these things at the same time: income and freedom and impact. So at Clients on Demand, those 3 things are non-negotiable. I'm never going to ask you to compromise on any of those. And again, I would argue that you need to have all 3, or you will subconsciously sabotage your business at some point. I mean, you could be crushing it, making a ton of money, making a huge difference in the world, but if you have no freedom and you're working like 80-hour weeks and you're just grinding, I promise you, you are going to find a way to burn that down. Whether you realize it or not, you will burn it down. Or maybe you're making all the money in the world and you got tons of freedom, but you're not making a real difference in the lives of your clients. Eventually, that's going to feel really, really empty too. So income and freedom and impact, and we want to scale all 3 of those at the same time. We never want to have a trade-off. Make sense? So let's talk about the high ticket model and why it's so important for you guys to charge these kinds of high ticket prices, okay? So what is high ticket? Like when I say high ticket, what does that even mean? Well, when I say high ticket, what I mean is anything that's $5,000 to $15,000 on the front end, okay? And the philosophy behind why we charge that much is very, very simple. We're going to offer the client something that can actually solve his problem. We're not going to waste people's time with something that's not going to make a difference or that's not transformational. We want to actually solve their problem. I know that sounds crazy, but that's exactly what we want to do. So let's talk about the old way of doing things. The old way of doing things is what's known as the low ticket ascension model. And it looks something like this. You run an ad on social media. They opt in for some free report. You offer them some like $7 thing, and then you upsell them something for $27, and then you upsell the $197 VIP Ninja version, and then you hit them with some kind of $47 a month like useless subscription, And then you wait 5 days to nurture them, right? Because you got to nurture them. You can't just go for the high ticket sale. You got to nurture them. And then you invite them to a webinar, and then you offer them like the $2,000 VIP program, which is the thing that you really wanted to sell them in the first freaking place. Okay. How many of you guys have seen this? If you've seen this, type yes in the chat. Okay. You guys have probably been through funnels that look more or less like this, right? So what's wrong with this? Why is this dumb? Well, this is dumb because at each phase of this process, you lose the most qualified people and you get the dabblers. Now, here's what I mean. Let's say that you're a marriage coach. We've worked with a lot of our most successful clients have been marriage coaches or dating coaches or relationship coaches. So let's say that you're a marriage coach. And let's say that you are out there and you're saving people's marriages. You've got this amazing high ticket offer where you can actually save and transform someone's marriage. And let's say that I'm your like ideal client. Like my marriage is falling apart. So my marriage is not falling apart. I have a kick-ass marriage. But let's just pretend that me, Russ Ruffino, my marriage is on the rocks and I'm staring down the barrel of a very nasty divorce. And I also happen to be like a millionaire who could pay you a lot of money to actually fix my marriage, right? So if I'm in this situation and my marriage is falling apart and I click your ad and you offer me something for like $7, what's that going to do? I can tell you right now, that's going to really turn me off because I know damn well that that $7 thing is not going to save my marriage, right? So if you offer me something that can't save my marriage, I'm out. But on the other hand, if you come to me and you say, hey, Russ, I'm going to offer you a $10,000 workshop. It's 8 weeks. And at the end of that 8 weeks, you are going to have a totally saved and transformed marriage. You offer me that. Now I have to take you seriously. Does that make sense? So instead of wasting my time with all this stuff that's going to filter me out, like if I want real help, why would I buy the $7 thing that I know can't help me? The other reason this is dumb is that if you guys have ever tried to build a funnel like this, you know it sucks because you have to actually create all this stuff, right? I mean, you got to create, this is like 5 offers. You got to create the free report. You got to create the $7 thing. You got to create the upsell and the ninja version and the $47 a month subscription, which you just have to keep going forever, I guess. Like you got to create all this stuff. That's 5 different products. That's 5 different sales pages. It's 5 different things that you have to provide customer support for. And that's a freaking nightmare, especially when none of these offers actually help the client, right? Like, you know, your $7 thing isn't going to really help them. And so now you have to provide support for that $7 thing and deal with all these people bitching about the fact, well, I spent $7 with you and my marriage is still a mess. Well, yeah, of course. It's $7. It's not going to fix anything. You know what I mean? And you waste the client's time offering him a bunch of junk that can't solve his problem. And then the real reason this is dumb is that, guys, even if you manage to get that super power buyer that everyone is chasing, who just buys every single thing in this process, they've invested less than $2,500 with you. So instead of doing all of that, why not just offer them like the one $5,000 thing that can actually solve his problem? Does that make sense? So if that's the old way and that's what doesn't work, then what's the new way? Well, the new way, the right way, is to sell the client the thing he needs right out of the gate and like don't waste his time with anything else. And some magical things happen when you do this. First of all, when you command a premium price point, your clients actually show up committed and they do the work. So how many of you guys have ever had a program or some kind of an offer where, yeah, maybe people bought it, but then they didn't do anything? Like for me, that was like what really drove me nuts in the early stages of my career. Like 10, 13 years ago, whenever it was, I started out selling low ticket stuff. A lot of low ticket stuff, thousands and thousands of copies of it. And the reaction was always the same. Dude, Russ, that video course you created was awesome, man. That was fire, bro. It was great. And then I'd be like, okay, cool. You know, did you use it? Did you do anything with it? Like what kind of results did you get? Oh, well, I already bought Brian's course and Kayla's course and Danya's course, and I bought like 10 other people's courses. So I'm gonna go through those and then maybe I'll get a chance to do yours. It's like, dude, like nobody did anything, right? But when I switched to high ticket, people showed up coachable and they showed up committed and they actually did the work. And the other thing I want you guys to understand is that high ticket buyers are actually the coolest people in the world. I was really afraid that if I charged a $5,000 price point or $10,000 price point, that I would be dealing with very demanding, like really kind of tough, like tough to deal with, difficult, like bitchy people. And it's the absolute opposite. Okay. You're going to have way fewer refunds, way less client drama. And the results that you get for your people is going to be way beyond what it is right now because they're finally going to show up and be ultra committed and you're going to make a lot of money. So we're creating a situation where everybody wins. You get to win because you're making your money in $5,000 or $10,000 chunks, right? But the clients also get to win because now they show up coachable and committed and they actually do the work. And look, I don't know what your income goal is, but here's the greatest thing about this is that you can now hit that income goal and work with very few clients. So let's say you have a $10,000 coaching program and you're trying to get to 50K a month. You need what? 5 people, right? So if you had 5 people and you were hitting your income goals, don't you think you could give those people like a really amazing VIP experience? Don't you think you'd like knock it out of the park for those people? Yeah, of course you could. So you're creating a situation where everybody wins. And that's what I want you guys to understand. High ticket is not just about like artificially like jacking up your prices. It's doing it for a reason. It's doing it because we want to attract the most committed clients and we want to actually rock their world and change their lives and make that impact that we were born to make. And I'm sorry, you just cannot do that by selling a bunch of low ticket information that doesn't really help anybody. Does that make sense, guys? All right, cool. Okay, so the first thing I want to get clear on with each and every one of you is your reason why. What is the mark that you want to make on the world? What is your reason why? So look, a high ticket coaching business has incredible income potential and sky high profit margins. It is awesome. But what I want you guys to understand is this. Your income is really just a measure of the value that you're creating in the world, right? So, so many of us have so many hangups about making more money. But really, the money is just a way of keeping score. The more people you help, the more lives you impact, the more you're going to earn. It's like points in a basketball game. If you're playing basketball, you don't go out there going like, dude, I need more points. We need more points. We need more points. No, you sit there and go, how can I put the ball through the hoop more? And then the score is going to reflect that. So coaches and experts ask me all the time, Russ, how can I get paid what I'm worth? How can I get paid what I'm worth? And I always give them the same answer. You know what? You are. You are getting paid what you're worth. Whatever you made last month is an exact numerical reflection of the value that you created for your clients. And if you want to make more money, you have to deliver more value. It's really that simple. Okay. So why is it so important for you to do this? I want you guys all to start with your reason why. And I want you guys to pop that in the chat right now. So it can be, you have to write an essay. It can be like, hey, my kids, I want to do this for my kids, or I want to do this for my family. Or it can be, if like, and I don't care. You guys can be super shallow if you want. You can be like, dude, I want a Lamborghini. Like, I don't care. I'm not going to judge you. Okay. But whatever that reason why is, I want you to pop that in the chat because that is what is going to carry you through the tough times. That's what's going to help you persevere. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's I want a better house. Maybe it's I want a yacht. All right, let's see what people are saying, right? Brian saying, I'm here to cause a ripple effect. Brian, I love that. Lori, healing all around. Quantrell, for your family. Randall, sorry, chat's moving real fast. I want to leave a legacy for my children. David, my why is causing transformation in the world. Charlie, community. Chris, my family, generational wealth, time freedom, not having to worry about estate, not having to worry about income, and invest in real estate. Chad says family. That's great. Chris, I want IT projects to be completed and change customer experiences. Nilofer, create freedom for the people I serve. Andrew, help teens with special needs manage the challenges they face due to the way they are treated by peers and others. Guys, this is great. Like, this is what I want you guys to connect to. Get in touch with that reason why, because that reason why is absolutely everything. If you're connected with that reason why and it's real and it's powerful for you, then you will go out there and you will push through the challenges and you will make that impact that you were born to make. And P.S., you're very likely to get paid accordingly. All right. So the stronger your reason why, the harder you're going to persevere. And that's really what this whole thing comes down to. All right. Very good, guys. I'm very excited with where we're at right now. All right, cool. So what I want to do next is I want to share with you the number one most important secret when it comes to selling high ticket. You guys want to get into that? If there's only one thing you guys take away from today's presentation, I want it to be this, because I can almost guarantee you that your competitors don't get this. And one of the biggest questions we get is, Russ, like, how are you able to take all of these coaches and all of these experts who are total freaking unknowns and get them going into very crowded markets like the marriage space, like the dating space, like the fitness space, like the parenting space, and get them coming right out of the gate swinging and charging five or eight or $10,000 for their work. Like, how are you able to do it? The answer to that is this. The answer is your outcome. That is the secret to commanding premium prices. So, what I want you guys to deeply, deeply internalize is this: people do not pay us for information, they don't pay us for our time. They don't pay us because we have celebrity or because we're certified in System X or because we spent 8 years in India meditating in some ashram or because we went to Harvard or because we went to Yale. The only thing your client cares about is the outcome you can help them achieve. That's it. The only thing your client cares about is the outcome you can help them achieve. So therefore, the more clear you are about the outcome, the better everything in your business is going to go. If you are clear on the outcome that you offer, your marketing, your sales, and everything else are going to cut like a razor. But if you're unclear on your outcome, your marketing is going to be a mess. And way too many coaches don't understand this. I guarantee your competitors right now don't get this at all. So the fastest way to success is to build 100% of your communication around the outcome that you provide, not your story, not where you studied, not where you got certified, not that you're a NLP master practitioner or certified hypnotherapist or doctor, acupuncturist, or whatever it is. None of those things are outcomes. And so therefore, your target audience really doesn't care about any of those things. The only question you need to ask is this to run everything in your business: what's going to get the best outcomes for my clients? And that's going to answer your questions about how to market your stuff, how to sell your stuff, absolutely everything. So let's talk about what an outcome is, because I want every person here in this section of this presentation to get as clear on your outcome as we possibly can. And I want to go over some of those outcomes with you guys together so I can make sure that everybody here is dialed in before we get to the AI piece, okay? So an outcome is a statement of where your audience is stuck now and where they want to go and why it is so important for them to make that journey. Everybody understand that? You're stuck here and this is where you want to go, and here's why it's so important for you to do this. So do we have any relationship coaches here? Just type yes in the chat if you're a marriage coach, relationship coach, anything like that. We might not. Oh, great. Lisa's a relationship and sex coach. Awesome. Sage, Tammy. Okay, great. So we have some relationship coaches here. That's fantastic. All right. So I never want you guys to describe yourself as a relationship coach ever again. Why? Why? Look, I don't know if you guys can see outside that window, but I live in the forest. All right. So I live at about 6,000 feet in the mountains here in California. And it's like a one-horse town, you guys. I mean, I think the entire population of our town is like a few thousand people. Nevertheless, I can almost promise you that if I went on like Yelp right now on my phone and I looked up relationship coaches here on the mountain, there would be like 15 or 20 relationship coaches right here. And all of them are charging what? $100 an hour, $150 an hour. So when you describe yourself as a relationship coach, or business coach, or dating coach, or a parenting coach, you make yourself one of just like hundreds and hundreds of other people. And God forbid you live in some major city where if I go on Yelp and I type in life coach, there's like 1,000 people just like you, right? You make yourself just like everyone else. And we all know what dating coaching and relationship coaching and marriage counseling and acupuncture and all those things are worth, right? And they're worth like $100 an hour, $200 an hour, right? So never ever say I'm a relationship coach. Instead, you would say something like this: I help overworked couples on the verge of burnout save their marriages and fall in love again. Do you understand? That's an outcome. Relationship coaching, $100 an hour, $200 an hour, saving someone's marriage is priceless. And so when you frame the work that you do according to the outcome you deliver, of course you can charge $5 or $8 or $10,000 for it. Do you understand, guys? One of the biggest things that we have to do with every single client we work with is really acquaint you with the fact that if you're making a real difference in the lives of your clients, then the work that you do is priceless. So if you're not charging 5K or 10K for your work, you're way undercharging. Because if what you do is priceless and you're going to save my marriage and I only spent $10,000 to work with you and you actually did it, you changed my life. You saved my life. You saved all these wonderful things in my life. And so I'm happy to have paid you that much money. Do you understand? So the wrong way to do this is to say, hire me because I'm cool and I have amazing branding, right? We see this all the time. I talk to a lot of coaches who have like, they drop 20 grand, 30 grand on the most beautiful website on the planet. And nobody ever sees it because they don't have their marketing dialed in. And so they have this gorgeous website that no one sees, or they go out there and they spend a bunch of money on some super expensive like photo shoot, right? And a lot of the clients who come to us, they've got like, the same pictures as everyone else where they're like holding their tea and they're walking on the beach and they're like looking out over the ocean. So it's like everyone has those same pictures. Okay. That's not going to make people hire you. Okay. The wrong way is to say, hire me because I'm a celebrity, right? Hire me because I have 1 million followers on Instagram or 2 million followers on Instagram. Now, if you have that, there's nothing wrong with that. That's great, but that's not the value prop. And I can tell you right now, nobody, and I mean none of our most successful clients came to us with a huge following on Facebook or Instagram when they first came to us. Zero, okay? The wrong way is to say, hire me because I'm giving you lots of stuff, right? That was the whole thing. Move the free line, give them all your good stuff for free, right? Like that sucks. Give them all your good stuff for free, and then they don't need you anymore, right? Like, I mean, what was this? What was like the logic there? If you give them all your best stuff for free, then they're gonna feel guilty enough to hire you. Like, come on. It's like, oh, maybe if I hang out with this girl and I wash her car and I cook her dinner, then maybe she'll go out with me. Like we all know that that's not the good approach, right? The other wrong way is to say hire me because I'm the cheapest. You definitely don't want to be the cheapest. There's benefits to being the most expensive, but definitely not to being the cheapest. The wrong way is to say hire me because I have the best process, where you're building all your marketing and all your communication around things like where you got certified or all your, certifications and credentials and letters after your name and all this stuff. And the wrong way is to say hire me because I'm just like you. That was the whole thing a couple of years ago. It's like, oh, tell your story. Tell your story, tell your story, and everyone's going to be so connected to you, and you're going to tell your story, and they're going to be just like you, and they're going to go, Russ is just like me, so let me give him a bunch of money. Like, none of that stuff works, okay? And the reason it doesn't work, you guys, is because your audience does not care about any of this stuff. They just don't, and I wish they did, but they don't. The right way is to say, hire me because you're here, and you want to be here. That's it. Hire me because your marriage is broken and it's falling apart and you want to save it. Hire me because your, teenage daughter is acting out and depressed and anxious and you don't want her to feel that way anymore. Right? Build it around the outcome. Building everything in your business around the outcome is the best way to immediately stand out in the marketplace, immediately command premium pricing, and attract clients who are serious about results. Because when you're charging a premium price, people automatically assume that you are good at what you do. So the critical question that all of us on this webinar need to answer is, what is that outcome that you provide? Because like I said, everything that we're going to do with the AI stuff is all downstream from that. It's all downstream from that. So what is that outcome you provide? Now, most outcomes fall into one of 3 categories. So I'm just going to kind of get your wheels turning a little bit. Now, some of you guys already know your outcome, but I would bet a lot of you don't. So let me just get your wheels turning a little bit. Most outcomes fall into 3 big categories. That's health. So that would be anything pertaining to fitness, weight loss, autoimmune. We had a client who helped people overcome IBS. That's irritable bowel syndrome, right? That was like a fun webinar. That was a fun webinar to make. So you got health. That's anything related to health. You've got wealth and business. That's marketing, sales, investing, crypto, tax strategy, tax planning, anything involved with helping people grow their business or get richer, or helping people grow their career for that matter. A lot of our most successful clients have helped people get the promotions and pay raises they deserve in their careers. Or relationships. That could be dating, that could be marriage, but it could also be parenting. It could be helping people navigate a toxic relationships or get out of a toxic relationship. My client Betsy has this really cool offer where she works with women and just helps them figure out if they want to stay married or not. The marriage isn't working. Do you want to work and save this thing, or you're better off cutting bait? So within these 3 things, There's an infinite number of outcomes connected to these three areas. So let me just give you some more examples from our clients. We've had over 6,000 clients over the years. They've built high ticket offers around all these things and more. This is my client, Kate. She built this amazing offer where she works with women in corporate and helps them overcome burnout. So these are corporate women that have, really planted their flag at their corporation. A lot of the time they were moms, so they also have small kids. And that's a really tough situation to navigate, right? I mean, some of you guys might have been in that situation. You're a mom, you have kids, you have a business, or you're working at a corporation or something like that. Like, dang, that's a lot. That's rough, right? And when you're with your kids, you're glued to your cell phone and you're going, oh man, what's going on at work? And you're checking your email. And then when you're at work, you feel guilty that you're not with your kids. So Kate built this incredible business where she was helping women navigate that situation. She had a program, I believe it was 9K, and I would love to tell you how many women she enrolled into it. I can't, but it was a ton. She absolutely crushed it with that offer. This is Megan Alfred. Meg was a marriage and family therapist in Australia. She was seeing patients, or not patients, but couples in her office and doing the marriage coaching thing. Just charging like $100, $200, whatever it was. We helped them put together a high ticket 8-week marriage coaching program in 1 year. They saved 833 marriages. And over the last few years, they've saved over 3,000. Like, how cool is that, you guys? Now, when I say like, it's my mission to help you live your mission, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like I was actually on Meg's podcast the other day, and she was like, Russ, there's people that exist today because you helped me get my marketing dialed in. And I was like, Kate, what are you talking about? Or I was like, Meg, what are you talking about? And she was like, well, yeah, there's a lot of couples that were going to get divorced and we saved their marriage and they didn't get divorced and now they had kids. So like there's actual humans that exist right now because we helped Meg and Alfred get their marketing dialed in. Like how cool is that, right? Mo helps women in the workplace get promoted. She has this incredible offer called Bring Your Soul to Work, where she works with women to get the promotions and pay raises they deserve. This is our client, Garrick. Garrick has this amazing offer where he helps doctors integrate functional medicine into their practices. And this is one of my like all-time favorite clients. This is Dr. Becky. She has this amazing offer where she helps dyslexic kids learn to read. So she takes these kids that are reading in the bottom 10% of their class and gets them into the top 10% of their class in reading in about 16 weeks. So guys, like when I say it's my mission to help you live your mission, this is what I'm talking about. Like that's the kind of stuff that we geek out on. Like there is kids that can read because Becky got her marketing together with our help. And what I want you guys to really understand is that all of these clients were massively undercharging and all of them were trading time for dollars when they came to us. None of them had a big following. None of them had thousands of clients. None of them had any of that stuff. They were basically starting from scratch. Kate was like straight out of corporate. Meg had her marriage counseling business in Australia, and that was it. Like no social media presence, none of that stuff. Becky was a teacher who was really good at helping kids with dyslexia and had this incredible protocol for doing it. But like none of them had, some incredible following. None of them had a head start. None of them had hundreds of thousands of people on their email list or following them on social media. And all of them absolutely crushed it. Why? Because they were super clear about the outcome they provide. Make sense, guys? So that's the foundation of all of it. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this so you guys understand that it all starts with the outcome. We built all of their communication around the outcome. We didn't talk about like Becky's story and where she came from. We didn't talk about, Kate and her kids and all this other stuff. It was like, no, you're here and you want to be here. And that let us cut through the noise and command some premium prices in some very crowded markets. Now, any life coaches here? Okay, great. So some of you guys are life coaches. Awesome. Now, if you guys are life coaches, one of the biggest challenges we have with life coaches is that they help people solve all kinds of different problems. Okay. They help people with all kinds of different stuff. So, and that's a lot of you guys. Okay, cool. So one of the biggest problems with life coaches is they're like, look, what is the outcome that I provide? Right. So my number two at Clients on Demand is this amazing woman named Jane Jewell. And she was certified by Tony Robbins when she was like 13. Okay. So her mom worked for Robbins Research and she was like, mommy, I want to do the coach training. And Tony was like, sure, kid, if you can figure out how to get out there, you can do the coach training. So anyway, Jane figured out how to get there. She got certified by Tony when she was 13. She's 53 now. And she's done nothing but transformational coaching at the highest level for like 40 years. So she's worked with athletes, she's worked with CEOs, like whatever problem you bring to Jane, she will help you solve it way faster than you could solve it by yourself. Does that make sense? So, like with Jane, when she's trying to create a high ticket offer, she's like, Russ, what the hell do I do? Like, I've worked with friggin' athletes, I've worked with CEOs. Like, what's my outcome? What do I do here? And so um, here's some of the questions that you guys that are life coaches can help you that you can ask to get yourselves a little bit more clarity. Number one, what is the coolest outcome that you've achieved for yourself? Number two, what's the coolest outcome you've achieved for a client? Like if you look back across everybody that you've worked with, like what are those clients that you brag about? What are those clients that you're like, oh man, I changed that guy's life, and you could feel like you could do that over and over again? What's a problem that you can solve? Right? So maybe somebody comes to you and they have some really weird thing. They got bipolar depression. Oh, it's not really your thing. But somebody comes to you and they're getting over a divorce. Man, you could solve that every single time. Is there a pattern among the clients that you've seen? So if we look back over your client roster, is there a pattern among the clients that you've seen? Like, are all of your clients or 80% of your clients men between the ages of 40 and 50 who are struggling to get in a better shape? All right, well, that's a pretty big clue. That's probably who you need to work with. What changes happen in your clients' lives when they work with you? And who are your best success stories? So asking these questions can give you some additional clarity. Most life coaches who can help with multiple outcomes have some hesitation about picking one, but that's the backbone of any high ticket offer. So what we're going to do now, guys, is I want each and every one of you to write the outcome that you provide in the chat. And if you have any questions about what that outcome is, I want you to go ahead and type in the chat or put your hand up. And I'm happy to unmute you guys and talk through some of this stuff with you so that I can make sure you guys have offers that are super tight. Okay? So who wants to talk? All right. So Tammy says, I help women kick off their political campaigns. So that's super cool. Chris, I get difficult digital products, usually without a precedent, across the finish line. All right. Sage wants to go. Sage, can you turn your camera on and unmute? Okay. Danya, can you unmute?
Hi.
Hi. There we go.
There you go. So what I have so far, I've already been working on this, but um, okay.
Lay
I
it on me.
hold on just a second. Okay. I either want to use the word weary or overwhelmed because I don't want
Okay.
to
I'll help you figure out the language. Just tell me
to
in plain
peg
English,
them
like what it is.
as a victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll say I help overwhelmed women of influence on the verge of burnout establish healthy, robust boundaries to restore their peace, rebalance their relationships, and reclaim a life they love.
Perfect. I think that's great. That's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah. Have you been through like any of our training before?
Not your training. I've had coaching and it's a long reason why I haven't launched it yet, but
Okay.
yeah. So I've
No,
been
that's
working
about
on
as
it.
specific as you need to be. So do you have
Okay.
any questions or concerns about that? Because I mean, that's like a layup. That's perfect.
The only question I have is the other word was weary, because I was told that you don't want to kind of peg them as a victim. But a lot of these women really are overwhelmed because they have no control of their schedule because they have zero boundaries.
Yeah, I think overwhelmed is fine. I think burnt out is great. I think burnout is a really great word. Um, because if I'm overwhelmed, that kind of doesn't seem like that big of a problem. But if I'm burnt out, that just raises the stakes a little bit, makes it seem a little bit more like, okay, I better do something about this. I better do something about this now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I put on the verge of burnout.
Okay, great.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
my personal story. I've been through massive burnout. So,
Most of the coaches we work with, it's like they're coaching people to fix something that they fixed. So
yeah.
that's great, Tanya. That's perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So type that in the chat because AI will absolutely crush that. And I
Okay.
think you're going to be shocked with the output at the end of the presentation. Okay. Cool. All right. So the other thing, guys, is I want you guys to understand that so like Erica, you just said yours is a little
You
bit
go
wordy.
already.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. The reason we're doing this, guys, is not necessarily to find the perfect words, but to get total clarity. Okay. It doesn't have to, like, this is not something you're gonna like show to your future clients. I just want to be really clear so that when we give it to AI will actually produce an amazing coaching program that blows your mind. Evan, what's going on, man?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good.
Cool, cool. So yeah, I have a current business with a small niche that I'm in, but I'm looking to break out into something with more opportunity. And since I already sold one business, I was thinking of a new offer could be I help entrepreneurs sell their business for more money with less stress and complete clarity on what comes next.
Perfect. I think that's great.
Cool.
The
Okay.
only thing I might do is narrow it down from entrepreneurs to like a specific sector, Evan, like a specific type of business, because
Yeah,
yeah, a
yeah.
lot of people think like, like selling a liquor store is not the same as selling a software
Right.
company, is not the same as, selling whatever. So I would narrow it down a little bit to maybe the categories of businesses that you have the most experience with. But that's really good, man. Like that's super clear.
What about if it's like if their business is like 10 million or less or something in either like revenue or value? Because you're right, I wouldn't have any experience selling like a company for tens of millions.
No, no, that's fine. Like companies who are doing, whatever is in value. So do the calculation of, whatever you could base it on profit, EBITDA, you could base it on revenue, you could base it on valuation, although they probably wouldn't know their valuation necessarily,
Right. Okay,
Um,
yeah.
but you
I'll
can
work.
narrow it however you like, man. And I think that just makes it even more powerful and specific because that clears up the question of like, is this right for me?
Right. Okay.
You
Cool.
know?
Thanks, man.
Solid, man. You guys are like crushing it. Like most of the time when we do these webinars, like people are super vague about their outcomes, but everything I'm seeing in the chat looks really good. Ben, what's going on, man?
Mute, found it. Okay, good.
What's going on?
What's going on? I wrote down, I help business owners get absolute clarity on their next moves and the internal alignment to execute them without hesitation.
Okay, that's great. What I would do is create some language around what it's like to not have that.
Okay.
Okay. So getting clarity on my next moves is cool because it's like you're going to help me get that perspective. But when I don't have that perspective, what am I struggling with right now?
Got it.
Well, tell me.
Business owners struggling with indecision or uncertainty or fear and anxiety about
Okay.
some kind of.
And then how is that usually showing up in terms of the bottom line? Like what's happening in terms of the actual business, the growth of the business? Like how is it showing up there?
I mean, I suppose they could be shrinking or they could just be growing and know they could be doing better.
Okay, so what I would do, man, is I would make it about I would put some language in there about I help business owners who have hit a growth ceiling, right? They've hit a ceiling and they can't get past it no matter what they're doing.
Nice.
Okay. So another big part, guys, I know we're focused on outcome right now, but a big part of how we establish your credibility and authority is we describe your audience's problem better than they can. Because when we hear people describe our problems better than we can, we automatically assume that they know the answer. So like think of it like this. Let's just say that you've got like this weird pain, I don't know, in your shoulder, right? And it starts in your shoulder and it like radiates down to your wrist and hangs out there for a minute and then it goes back up to your shoulder. It's the weirdest thing you've ever felt, right? And you're walking down the street with your buddies and you're talking to them and like there's a couple homeless people around and you're talking to your friend and you're like, dude, yeah, I got this really weird pain in my shoulder. And one of the homeless guys jumps up and he's like, dude, is it that pain where it starts in your shoulder and then it goes down to your wrist and then it goes back up to your shoulder? The next words out of your mouth would be like, yes, how do I fix it? Right. And this isn't a doctor. This isn't a guy in a lab coat. This is like a guy on the street. But because he told you exactly what your problem is, you immediately were like, oh my God, how do I fix it? Right.
Mhm.
So most of the clients we work with, like they don't have a bunch of testimonials and case studies. They don't have a bunch of letters after their name. And some of them, a lot of them do, but a lot of them don't. So it's like, all right, well, how do we create credibility and authority without any of that stuff? We do that by describing their problems better than they can. So Ben, I think for you, if you can vividly describe what it feels like to be at that revenue ceiling, like no matter what you do, you feel like you're just treading water. Do you feel like, does this sound like you? Do you feel like you're working harder than ever before to get the exact same results and you're having trouble even maintaining that? You see, now it becomes like a must have instead of a nice to have, right?
Yeah.
Like it would be nice for me to have clarity about what my next moves for clients on demand are. But if
Sure.
I'm stuck at the same revenue level and I feel like I'm treading water, I better, you know, who are you going to call? I better call Ben Cox to help me figure that out.
Sounds good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. When I set this up, the intention was to actually do it as like a 2-day in-person intensive one-on-one that involves the internal alignment part involves energy work and things like that.
Okay.
Obviously that's not as scalable as what you said earlier in the
Yeah. So
there's a
in
limit.
the,
But
once
if
we
the
get
price point's high enough, then it could work.
Yeah. So you can always do that. So for all of you guys, not to get ahead of myself, because we're going to talk about this really quickly in the next section of how you actually deliver your stuff. But for pretty much all of you guys, the best way in most cases to deliver your magic, to deliver your expertise, is to have an 8-week coaching program that's online. So it could be 8 weeks, could be 10 weeks, could be 12 weeks. And I'll show you how to structure that so that it's super scalable, so that you can put a ton of people through it, and so that it still gets amazing outcomes for your clients. And then Ben, if you want to, like once every couple months or something, you could pitch like a VIP day with you at like a really high price. Like I've paid $50,000 to do VIP days with people before. So if the value's there, I would have the 8-week program just be like the core engine of your business. And then you can offer them the more expensive thing when you want to.
Great.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Thanks.
Chris.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, fantastic. I actually have two businesses I'm doing simultaneously. One of them is an IT business. I help companies that are struggling to get their digital projects across the finish line, get those completed. And then I've got a nonprofit where we do a couple of things. Actually, it's still in the beginning stages, but we're helping people from faith communities who are that have just gone through a divorce, and they're trying to figure out how to navigate single life after a divorce.
Okay, I think either of those can definitely work. And we've had clients do both of those things. So one of them, you said you're helping people launch digital products, and the other one, you're helping people of faith recover after a divorce.
So one's kind of a labor of love, helping a lot of the singles in my community. The other is what I've done for a career, and I just love getting projects that seem to be stuck and getting them across the finish line.
Okay, so the good news I have for you, Chris, is that either of those can work. And I'm not saying that as a hypothetical. I'm saying that because, like, in our experience, we've done both of those things with our clients and had them do very well. So it really just comes down to like what you want to do, man. It's like how do you want to spend your days? Do you want to spend your days helping people move their projects across the finish line, or put the pieces back together after a divorce? But either of those can work.
I'm just curious. You said you worked with a lot of different entrepreneurs. How successful have you seen people who have two different passions that are different be successful? Or do you have to choose one?
Well, the thing is, you chase two birds, you end up catching none, or whatever. What's the expression? Something like that. You chase two monkeys, and one of them goes, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, I would just start with one, man. And what we like to do with all of our clients, guys, is the advice that I give everybody is go deep before you go wide. So all of us are entrepreneurs. All of us have, a little bit of that like entrepreneurial ADD, where we're constantly coming up with cool ideas. Like I have ideas for cool offers like every day. But, you can literally take one offer. I'm not saying, Chris, you can do this or you're going to do this, but I'm saying one can take one offer and scale that to $1 million, $2 million a month with just one offer. And then from there, if you want to branch out and do multiple things, you can. So what I would suggest to you, man, is that you just take one of those things and just like start with that and scale it. And if you're not happy with it, if you're like, dude, working with people recovering from divorce actually sucks and I never want to do it again. Okay, great. You can always pivot to the other one or tweak it in some way.
That's a good advice.
But yeah, man, either of those can work. So for the purposes of the work we're going to do today, Chris, just pick one of those. Yeah. And just have the AI run that. Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thanks.
April.
Hi, Russ. So
Hi.
mine is helping folks rediscover who they are, right?
Okay.
I came from that background, right? Working 28 years at one job and then always searching for something more, doing all the self-help,
Okay.
getting all the certifications, that kind of thing, and then discovering, their purpose or, in life.
Right.
if that's compelling enough or strong enough or
So that is like the first kind of domino of the offer. But what I would rather have you do, April, is pick one like specific and painful problem that people are dealing with right now. So like figuring out your purpose in life is something that everybody deals with, but it's kind of one of those things where you're like, yeah, I could either fix that problem or I couldn't fix it, or maybe it's something I need to worry about, or you know what I mean? Maybe it's not. But it's always better to build your offers around a specific and painful problem that people are dealing with right now. Does that make sense?
So is it strong? Yes, it does. Like for example, like navigating negativity. That's also something, that
How is the negativity showing up?
whether that's, going through a maybe being with a difficult partner.
Okay, there you go. So that now is a specific and painful problem that you can help people navigate. So I help women, or whatever it is, I help women in toxic relationships either transform the relationship or exit the relationship with the minimum possible amount of fallout. Something like that. That would be a pretty clear outcome. Or it could be helping people in negative relationships in a professional setting. Like that could do really well. Like, because now it's like look, if you're in a romantic relationship with someone and that guy's an asshole, it's like, dude, just like leave this guy already, for God's sake. But if it is a professional relationship, now you kind of can't, right? You've worked really hard, you've built up your career, you just got promoted, and now you're there with this toxic boss, and you don't know how to set boundaries, and you don't know how to stand up for yourself, and you're worried if you did stand up for yourself, it could put your career in jeopardy. How the hell do you navigate that situation? Because you can't just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see what I mean? It's that level of specificity that you need, April, because if I'm in that situation, I have to fix it. My career depends on it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So does something like that resonate with you at all?
Pick one of those. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
these are just examples, but I mean, those would be offers that I know would crush.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you had an offer that's like, I'm going to help you figure out your life's purpose, that's weaker because it's not an urgent and painful problem.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. Thank
Cool.
you.
Great. You got it. Carla.
Thank you. And I hope that I can get your brain in
My brain is
getting
here.
those words. Yes, so good, so good. Thank you. I spent 28 years in corporate America.
Okay.
Now I am a coach, a leadership trainer, and
Okay.
also a speaker in Spanish. So I partnered with emerging leaders to build a successful career and meaningful impact. By leveraging a proprietary 7-step process, I created a process for them to clarify their path, strengthen their presence, create their board of advisors. Basically, those are the steps that I take them through.
Okay. So you work with leaders. When you say leaders, what does that mean?
Emerging leaders.
What's an emerging leader?
Someone that aspires to become a leader, but currently they don't see themselves as a leader.
Okay, got it. I mean, how do they know? Like, you know what I mean? Did they just
professionals that may feel that they are stuck, that they are not getting the promo that they deserve.
Okay, there you go.
They're frustrated.
That's the offer. So the offer right there, Carla, is you help people that are stuck in like middle management. They're doing okay. They're making between 80K and 150K a year, let's say, but they're getting passed over for promotion. You help those people move into a leadership position and get the promotions and pay raises that they deserve. Okay. So that's encompasses a lot of things. Like number one, how do you develop those leadership skills within yourself? Number two, how do you get your bosses to see that leadership potential that's inside you and recognize that? How do you put yourself on the fast track for promotions and pay raises without pretending to be somebody that you're not? Is that
you're outstanding? Yes, thank you.
Yeah, is that resonating? I mean, and those kinds of offers crush. And if you want to go even further with it, Carla, you can narrow that even further and narrow it down to like women or men, or even narrow it down to like introverts. Like this is a big problem. Like let's say you're like a software engineer and you're amazing at writing code, but you suck with people. Like how are you going to get promoted? Do you know what I mean? And then meanwhile, you've got these other people who are extroverts who are like all charming, and they're getting the glory, they're getting the promotions, they're getting the pay raises, and you're not.
And clearly, I am an introvert, so I help most of my clients are introverts. So
Oh,
awesome.
cool. That's great. Yeah. So something like that framing, I think would do really well for you, Carla.
Thank you.
All right. You got it. Lane, this is great, guys. Let's keep this pace up. We're moving fast. We might be able to get through everybody. We probably won't. Real quick, guys. In fact, I know we're not going to be able to get through everybody, but that's okay. I'm going to give you guys a chance to grab a spot on my calendar or my team's calendar. If you guys want to go to clientsondemand.com/apply, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but if you want to book a one-on-one, we're going to be doing those free of charge. I'm going to, there's not going to be a big pitch at the end of the webinar, but I will be offering you guys a chance to work with us one-on-one for free. So if you want to grab a spot right now, just in case we don't get to you, go to clientsondemand.com/apply and book a spot so we can do a deep dive into this stuff with you. Lane, what's going on?
What's up, man?
What's up?
All right, so this is mine here. I help professionals or people that enjoy remodeling or construction how to start a new income stream by owning a blue collar business.
Okay, so like a contracting business, basically?
Right, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I think that's rock solid.
Okay.
Be a little more clear about who you want to work with. Like, this doesn't need to go necessarily into your outcome statement, but just internally, try to think like, okay, well, who are the people that would start a contracting business? Who are the people that would follow through? Who are the people that
Right.
you,
So,
that you most want to work with? Like, who are these people,
yeah, I mean, people sometimes in corporate jobs or sales professionals,
Yeah.
or one that, has came from like a blue collar background or likes remodeling or likes, working in the house or doing some, stuff like that is someone that would be interested in it.
Great, man. And definitely work in the AI angle. Okay.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Right. But the reason is because white collar jobs are going to actually get replaced by AI way faster than blue collar jobs.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. Like lawyers are probably in trouble, that kind of thing, because the AI can do all the research, do everything, write papers,
and you have
craft
to
opinions.
leverage AI as a
Yeah.
contractor.
But like AI can't rebuild someone's HVAC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's going to be a minute. We're going to need robots for that, and that's going to be a
Yes.
while. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Safe bet to go into that.
super safe bet.
How would
Yeah.
I build that into my offer?
You would say, look, man, are you great with your hands, but you're in a corporate job and now you've either been laid off because of AI or you feel like your job is in danger because of AI. This is your safe haven. The fastest way to build yourself a secure income for the foreseeable future is to I just saw Elon Musk say this. He said this like this was
Sure.
this morning. He said the people whose job involves moving atoms around are going to be fine, but the people that are working in front of a computer, working with data, they're going to be in trouble.
Right.
So I would leverage that quote in your marketing.
For sure.
And if you if you need help really defining the positioning, obviously book a call.
I signed up
we
for
can
the
help you do
VIP
that.
thing, so
Okay, great. We could talk about it on the VIP
Yeah.
call too.
yeah.
Great. But
Cool.
yeah, that's a super good offer, Lane, especially right now.
Okay, cool.
You got it. Renee. You got to unmute. There we
Okay,
go.
I
Hi.
got you. Can you hear
How
me?
you doing? Yeah.
I'm good. Oh my goodness. So, okay, so I'm totally confused, but I have
I
two
got you.
things. I have two. I'm glad. I'm really glad to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't have me. Okay, so I have really two things, and it's interesting. Okay, so all right, on the one hand, I help people actually find their purpose and have more clarity around what their next steps are in life.
Okay.
Taking for instance, women that the way that I found out that I had this was there was a woman that was retiring in December, and she said, she had posted something saying, "Help, I can't find my purpose." And
Okay.
I just felt like I knew I could help her. And I use poetry. I'm a poet. So I use poetry. I've been working with the Board of Education in New York City and a lot of other Board of Eds around the country, using poetry, combining life skills. So what I do
Okay.
is I do programs where I've been working with the students, I work with social workers, I work with assistant principals, I work with parents, but
Right.
always getting them closer to understanding what's in their way of them being successful. Like
Okay.
understanding their thoughts, their beliefs, their ambitions, what brings them joy, that kind of thing, the whole thing, but it's done through poetry. So
Okay.
that's one thing. So one of the things was just finding out how to live the life of your dreams was one.
Okay.
Then the other thing was that I wound up working with this group, and I was working with these trauma givers, these people that were working with kids in trauma,
Okay.
living in temporary housing, or they're living in foster care or whatever, but these are the people that work with them. So
Right.
I'm working with them on their trauma. So I share all this different poetry and blah, 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 and I have them write. Everybody in the room starts bawling and everybody's trying to support each other. They're going over,
Yeah.
they're hugging, they're this. They can't wait for the next time for me to come. And so I found out that that's a niche that I really understand and can help people get through. Is
I
their
would focus on that
childhood,
one.
their childhood
I
trauma
would focus on that
that
one.
is holding them back, but they don't
Yep.
even know it's holding them back.
No, but focus on the people who do. So for example, there's a lot of people who are emotionally aware enough to know. So first of all, you don't want to just come out swinging, Renee, and say, I help anybody I help I help people with childhood trauma overcome that childhood trauma.
Right. No.
And you don't want to do that. And this is really important for everybody, is that the reason is because we've had clients try to do that in the past. And for all of you guys, anytime you say, I help people like overcome something, what you're going to get is you're going to get like a cross section. You're going to get like a cross section of American society, right? So think of it like this. You're going to have like 30% of people, who have the money to afford a high ticket coaching program. And then you're going to have like 70% of people, who don't, right? So what you want to do is tailor your offers so that you're targeting the more successful segment of your market. So instead of saying, I help people overcome trauma, you would want to say, I help successful professionals, overcome the childhood trauma that they know is holding them back. Because there's a lot of successful people, Renee, and I'm one of them, who, like when my mother passed away, I think 20 years ago now, like I was successful, I was doing okay, but I knew that I was carrying around all this baggage from my relationship with her. It was affecting my relationship with women. It was affecting my self-esteem. It was affecting all this stuff. And so I spent what it took to go in there and do some deep work and heal some of that stuff. So that's what I would do. I would focus on people who basically have their shit together, right? They basically have their life together. They're successful. They have a successful business. They got a great job, whatever it is, but they know they're carrying around a lot of unresolved stuff and they need your help to resolve it. And I think the fact that you use poetry to do that just makes it that much cooler.
Yeah, I think a lot of times though, people that have taken my class with me, they said if I knew I had to do poetry, I wouldn't have even done this. But then they wind up really having the most breakthroughs. I mean, the one lady that I was trying to help her, what she was going to do after she retired, the very first poem she wrote opened up her whole life with her family that she hadn't been talking to for 30 years. Her child had been killed and she didn't even go to the funeral. He was 4 years old. It was a whole thing that she never talks about. And all of that came out in the first poem. And that was really what really opened up all the doors thereafter. So,
Okay, great. Yeah, so that's the offer, Renee. That's what you should do. I help successful professionals with unresolved childhood trauma, resolve this completely so they can be, however you want to say it, happy and healthy and completely healed no matter what they went through.
Okay.
Cool. All right. You got it.
Thanks.
All right. Faruja. I hope I'm saying that right.
Yeah, you did. That was great. Thank you. I haven't got my camera on. It's like 1 a.m. here in the UK. So
okay. So everyone just imagine the most beautiful woman you've ever seen. And we'll just imagine Faruja. Okay, go ahead.
I'll take that. Okay. So my offer is I help coaches and services get yeses to their high ticket offers.
Great.
But do you think it's better to do the negative, the pain? So I help coaches and services stop hearing I can't afford it, for example.
That's good. Yeah. And it's always going to be some combination of that. So just so all of you guys understand, because we get this question a lot, and this is for everybody, every offer is either primarily a moving toward offer or like a moving away from offer, right? Where like I'm moving toward this really cool outcome. So that would be something like, I help coaches and experts build, scale to $1 million a month. Oh, cool. I want that. Right. But then the moving away from one would be like, I help, coaches and experts, completely eliminate no-shows on their sales calls or something like that. And so it's always going to be a combination of both of those things, but it's primarily going to be one versus the other. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I just wonder because I've been doing it for a couple of years now with the benefit, with the positive. I help you get yeses to your premium offers, like high ticket offers. I'm just wondering, is it worth testing the other way around?
So I would test it as a hook. Like I would test it as a hook for your master classes, for your webinars, for whatever. and see if you can build one around overcoming like a small piece of the problem and then tell them where to go to solve the rest of the problem, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Ross. Thank you.
You got it. Kat, you guys are moving
Hey,
so
how
fast.
are you?
This is great. Hi, Kat.
Thank you
what's
so
up?
much. I want to tell you what a pleasure it was to meet Ellie. She's
Oh,
quite a
great.
delight.
Oh, yeah, she's
Um,
amazing.
So I have 5 different lines of business, and all of them are income in one place. But our team are DISC practitioners, 5 behavior practitioners. We're AI consultants. I'm a TEDx presenter, and I have a speaking business.
Okay.
So we have 5 different revenues. I've just raised my LinkedIn to 5,000 people, my Facebook to 4,000. I've started a podcast, and I have a deep dive in AI group that I'm bringing, like Daniel Chu, Austin Armstrong, all of them to that.
Great.
However, none of those are producing regular income.
That was going to be my next question.
Yeah. And so but all of them are highly successful, and we have a large number of people following us.
Right.
Because my team are practitioners, speakers, and all that together, because we have a very immersive team. How do you withdraw the essence and get one overall
What's the
arching
big
thing?
problem you want to solve, Kat? Do you want to help people create their own TED Talks? Do you want to help them get on featured on TED stages? Do you want to help people create a successful podcast? Like, look at your skill set and say, okay, what is the, some of those questions I asked before, like what is the coolest outcome that you've achieved that you could then turn around and help someone else achieve? You see, right now, you're doing what a lot of people are doing in the market today, which is that you're trying to increase your brand authority, you're trying to increase your connections, you're trying to, increase, your follower count and all those things, but none of those things necessarily produce revenue. So we talk to people all the time that have 100,000 followers on Instagram and they're not making any money from it. And what produces real value, what's going to bring money in the door for you, Kat, is just to help people solve a specific and painful problem or help people achieve some really cool outcome that they want to achieve. So I would just look at what's everything in your skill set that and what do you want to help other people do?
Perfect. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking this extra time. I'm excited to hear what you're doing with AI.
Yeah, I'll show you in a minute. Cool. Sage.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. I've been trying to come up with something for this whole time, but okay, this is what I came up with. I help high achieving professional women in toxic relationships stop feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and stuck. In 12 weeks, I transform them into clear, confident, grounded women who feel emotionally in control again, whether they stay or go.
Great. Perfect. You're done.
Thank you.
That's good. Thumbs up. That's perfect. Chris, I wish I had more to say about that, but I don't. That's just right. That's just the right level of specificity. Chris.
How you doing, Russell? Thank you for having me on here. I help investors build reliable long-term wealth through conservative multifamily real estate. I raise capital, underwrite deals the right way, and execute business plans that protect investors' capital first. My focus is simple: educate, deliver transparency, and consistently outperform and by under-promising and over-delivering. With that being said, though, the challenge is that there's a lot of people that are in this space that want to give education in the real estate space.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to do something that's going to stand out beyond what I'm doing and what somebody else is doing, because it's starting to become a huge commodity with the people I'm centered around.
Right, exactly. So what's different about the way that you do it, Chris? The multifamily thing is interesting.
Yeah, I have not figured out that path. That's why I'm here.
Okay, but I'm just forgetting about the marketing side of it, just as a methodology. What do you believe about the way to make money in real estate that other people think is crazy? Or what does everybody else in the marketplace believe that you think is crazy?
Well, what's happening is a lot of people that are in this space, they're starting to do all this coaching platforms, high ticket things on an annual basis for training, to learn how to underwrite a deal property, to learn how to acquire the property, to learn how to execute on the business plan. And there are people that are starting to develop these types of plans. But when I'm in those groups, I've paid for those types of subscriptions. But then it gets to a point where it's just talking about the same things over and over and over again. And it's not solving my problem of being able to actually provide them the resources to close the deals. Because I've got one coach that I'm involved with, not naming names, that has 30 years of experience in the space, knows what they're doing.
In the real
But
estate space?
Yes, but has never done a deal with anybody, and a deal that we just did blew up. And it was him that was in control of it. I gave the property to him.
So I'm sorry, Chris. Is he coaching you on real estate, or is he coaching you on how to market your stuff? Because those are two different things.
He's been coaching me on real estate. And
Okay.
so I want to coach other people that are either want to be passive or that want to be an actual sponsor and actually be a general partner to actually do their own deals.
Okay.
But right. And I've been doing this pay it forward without getting paid for doing it.
Yeah.
I've given a lot of nuggets to people with everything that I've learned over the years.
So what you need is a high ticket offer, and then you need
Correct.
a proper client attraction system to sell it. And I hate to make it sound that simple, but it really is that simple. Do you have either of those things in place right now? All right.
Nope.
So that's the name of the game. So we come up with a high ticket offer that you can charge 5 or 10 or 15K for. And I think what you just said is a really good building block to start. And then we just need to market it properly. When you do that, it doesn't really matter how many other people are in the space, because we could find that like unique twist on your way of doing it that makes your way different and special and like better than everyone else. Okay.
And coaching has never been an issue for me. Talking to people, being on stage has never been a problem for me. It's the marketing side of it that I don't have.
Yeah. So just so you guys know what that looks like, right? We're mapping out the high ticket offer together today. That's the first domino that we have to knock over, right? Because we can't talk about how we're going to sell Kelly's or Brenda's or Gabriella's offer until we know what the hell that offer is, right? So we have to map out what that high ticket program is. That's what we're doing together today. The funnel to sell it looks like this. You run ads on social media. You drive that traffic into what we call a masterclass. Sorry, my handwriting sucks. Hopefully you can read that. And the masterclass is really like a 20 to 40-minute video. And then under that video, we have an application that they can fill out if they want to book a call to speak to you. Then we get them on a call, and then you enroll them as a new client. It's really that simple. But the different pieces of that like need to be perfectly executed. So your ad strategy especially has to be perfect, especially now. Your masterclass has to push all the right buttons. You need to filter people through the application. You need to handle the call correctly. You know, before the call, you're sending them like additional emails and resources and, additional videos and stuff to like warm them up even more. So that's all it is, Chris. I know it seems like there's all these other people in the space and there's all this other stuff going on. There's all this competition. But once we start marketing people this way, we find that the level of competition is actually much smaller than people realize. Because the name of the game, and this is so important for all you guys, so please hear this. The name of the game is not how many total competitors are in the space. The name of the game is how many competitors you have that are marketing themselves at an elite level. Okay. So think of it like this. Let's say that you're like a black belt in jujitsu and you go and you join a jujitsu tournament and there's 1,000 people in that tournament, but it's you and 999 white belts. You're winning that goddamn tournament. I don't care how many people you have to wrestle because you're going to win. On the other hand, let's say you go to another tournament and it's you and it's only 10 guys, but they're all black belts. Now you got a fight on your hands. Now you're going to have a much tougher time. So yes, the real estate space is crowded, but so is the parenting space, and so is the relationship space, and so is the dating space. But it's not that full of people marketing themselves at an elite level. And that's what we help our clients do. And that's how we help people break into these crowded markets. Does that make sense, Chris?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Just gotta launch it and kick it off. Dolores, we'll do a few more. And then again, if you guys want to book a one-on-one, I'm more than happy to help you guys. Dolores.
Great. Hi, how are you this evening? I'm enjoying the call.
Good.
Just wanted to tell you, I am just launching. I'm looking at starting an executive and a sales and leadership coaching program.
Okay.
And I basically stated, I help successful executives and or business owners that have suddenly found themselves stuck and unable to achieve success or greater success, remove obstacles, and get back on the success track with my 8-week program.
Great. What I was saying to the guy before, I forget which person it was, but about building it around, or I think that was Ben Cox, right? Building it around a revenue ceiling. I think that's really good. Building it around, they've hit a ceiling. They can't scale past it because someone who's been in that situation before, it sucks. Like if you're trying to get to $1 million a month and you're stuck at like 200K a month and you can't blow past it, ooh, it's frustrating. So Yeah, I would build it around that, Dolores. Is like pick a certain like revenue sort of ceiling that you want to help them, and if they're stuck at a certain level, you're going to help them blow through that.
But what if it's more so their team, like their team, they're not pivoting, they're not having deeper conversations?
Yeah,
How
that's
do I
okay.
do?
That is the diagnosis
Okay.
and the treatment. So, all right,
Okay.
let me cover this with you guys because this is one of the most important concepts for you guys to understand, and this is true for everybody. So this is gonna like, if you guys really understand this, this is gonna change your life. The mistake that experts make, okay, there's the symptom, okay, and that's the problem that the client is experiencing. There's the diagnosis, which is what we know is going on because we're experts. And then there's the treatment, which is how you actually fix the problem. Okay. Now, here's the problem. Experts, myself included, we love to geek out on this. We love to geek out on the treatment because that's the stuff that we're excited about. I like to geek out on Facebook ads. I like to geek out on webinars. I'll talk about that stuff all day long. Nobody gives a shit. Okay. Like nobody cares. I'll make a million videos about that. Nobody will watch it. Nobody cares. Okay. So I want you to think of it like this, Dolores. Let's pretend it's the year like 1785 or something. I don't know. And let's say that you're this incredible genius scientist and you just invented antibiotics. Like you literally just discovered penicillin and you're so excited about it because you know it's going to save millions of lives. It's going to change the world. It's going to be the Dolores show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the greatest thing that anybody's ever seen. Okay. So you run into the town square and you go, townspeople, I have invented penicillin. And all the townspeople are like, we don't know what that is. We don't know what she's talking about. Grab her and burn her at the stake. Okay, so that didn't work. So now you say, okay, well, I tried leading with the treatment. That didn't get me anywhere. Now let me try leading with the diagnosis. I'm going to try leading with, telling them what's going on. So you go in the town square and you go, townspeople, who here has an acute streptococcus bacterial infection? And they all go, we don't know what she's talking about. Grab her, burn her at the stake. Okay. So you're like, okay, well, that didn't work either. So now you say, you know what, man, I tried leading with the treatment. That didn't work. I tried leading with the diagnosis. That didn't work. Maybe I'll try leading with the symptom. And so you go into the town square and you go, hey, townspeople, who here has a sore throat? Well, I have a sore throat. I have a sore throat. I have a sore throat. Great. So you start there. Now you go to the diagnosis. The reason you have a sore throat is because there's these tiny little microscopic animals called bacteria. And they're fighting a war against your immune system right now. And if your immune system doesn't win that war, guess what? It's going to kill you. But I've just invented this incredible thing called penicillin, which is going to save your life, kill those little monsters, and you're going to be healthy for the rest of your life because of this. Do you see what I mean? So you have to start the conversation with the problem that the client is experiencing every day. Then you move to the diagnosis, then you move to the treatment. So in your case, Dolores, what it would be is, hey, does this sound like you? Have you hit a revenue ceiling in your business that you just can't seem to break through? Every single day, do you feel like you're having to grind harder and harder and harder just to keep your revenue level where it was last month? And some months that doesn't even work. Does it feel like feast or famine? Do you have some months where cash just pours into your business, but other months you can't seem to sustain it? Okay, so that's the symptom. So now we've created the authority by describing their problems better than they can. Now we go to the diagnosis. Well, you know what? None of those things are the real problem. The real problem is, and then that would be whatever your thing is, Dolores. The real problem is that you don't have organizational clarity with your team. Your team doesn't know what you want, when you want it, and they're all going in different directions. But the treatment for that, the solution to fix this problem is, and then that's where you would put in whatever your thing is. Okay. Does that make sense? So you start the conversation in the symptom. The symptom that they're experiencing every day is they're stuck and they can't get unstuck and they're stuck at a revenue ceiling. They can't scale past it. And then you tell them what's really going on and then you tell them how to fix it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Everybody get that principle, guys, because it's so important. And this is another part of our secret sauce that I promise your competition doesn't understand this. And they're busy talking about their treatment. They're busy talking about their diagnosis. They're not starting the conversation where it needs to start, which is how your audience is experiencing the problem every day. Kelly Tao. Kelly, you there?
Sorry, am I unmuted?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So I wanted to just throw this one out there. I help people transform their lives by understanding their ikigai, which is like a
I
Japanese.
know what it is.
Okay, perfect. In order to find, I'm sure, in order to find meaningful work and feel more present in their lives, to feel hopeful and excited for the future, and to eliminate. This is definitely me like making it extremely specific. So I want feedback. And eliminate escapism, meaninglessness, and any sort of dreadful living.
Okay, got it. So I like that. I wouldn't just say people. I would say like dial that into a specific group of people who are going through a specific situation. So maybe there's somebody that just got laid off and they're a successful professional. They just got laid off and they're trying to find the next chapter of their life and they don't know where to start.
Okay.
Do you see how that makes it a lot more,
Yes.
like a
Oh
lot
my God,
more
that's so
urgent?
good. Yes.
Right. That's what you want to do, because if you don't do that, then it's just like, yeah, I'm going to help you find your ikigai. It's the thing you love and the thing people will pay you for and the blah, blah, blah. And we're going to find where that comes together. And it's like, okay, that sounds cool, but do I really need that? Not right now. But if I just got laid off and I don't know my next move, I really need it.
I got you. Oh my God, that's so good. Okay. Wait, can I give you one more or no?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So this one's the opposite. It's very like not descriptive, but I would love to hear what you could put on it. So basically, I help people. I'm so sorry, I lost it. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, I help people. Oh, okay. So obviously, people is already big, but stay in control when you feel like you're losing.
How to stay in control when you feel like you're losing it?
Yeah. It's like literally the worst problem that so many people have, but like completely obviously not specific at all.
Again, if you're going to do that, you got to tie it into a specific situation. Like, who are the people who really need impulse control? People that are substance abusers, people that, but I would go with the first one and I would do what I said there. I think that's going to make you happier. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much.
You got it. Brenda.
Hi there. Can you
What's
hear
up?
me?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Really enjoying this webinar.
Good. Are you guys getting
session.
stuff out of this? I know we're spending some time here, but I really want,
Absolutely.
like,
Yes,
it's so
yes,
important
this
that we
is-
get as many people clear on the outcome as we can. Okay, great.
This is fantastic. I've been in many of these, and this is actually the most helpful of all of them.
Great.
So thank
Okay,
you
good.
so much for
Good.
this. All right, I have a ton of ideas. I am not really an entrepreneur, so this is a first
Okay.
venture for me.
Sure.
Trying to go into this idea of starting a business. I have, as I said, lots of ideas, but since I've already taken note that it's like, okay, pick one and let's go deep and then.
Okay, so
eventually
tell me
go
what you're
wide,
thinking.
maybe. Right. So I'm thinking of, and have not started this, but of starting a business around helping professional women wanting to grow their online business, overcome their fears and intimidation, and become actually confident and persuasive speaking and presenting on camera.
Great.
I
That's-
chose that because
that's it.
I'm a veteran of 40
Yeah.
years as a TV news anchor.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah. So
You
I
don't sound
figured-
like a TV news anchor. Usually they have that sort of like artificially sort of deep, the Federal Reserve today did a
Right. Well, I
blah,
can
blah,
do
blah.
that. I
Oh,
can
you
go
can? Okay,
there.
cool. All right.
I can go there if I need to. But anyway, so I feel like that maybe
No,
isn't
Brenda, I think that's
specific
huge.
enough.
Like say no more. Like that's perfect, because
Okay.
this is something that we deal with every single day. People that have to, that want to build an organic presence, people that want to do ads, people that want to do all these things. Like getting on camera sucks if you're not comfortable with it. And I think there's a huge demand for what you're talking about. Like huge.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah,
Okay.
no,
And I don't need to
I
be.
mean, that's
I
a very
don't need
urgent
to-
problem. Yeah.
I don't need to be more specific than professional women. I don't.
I
need
don't
to-
think so, because it's
Okay.
really anybody that wants to grow their personal brand. And right now, that's pretty much everybody. And the only way to do that is to create videos and create content, which sucks.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, that's it. So I think that's right there.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. One more question.
Sure.
Does it matter that it's women? I said professional women only because I'm a woman, and so that's why I threw that in there. Do I need?
I feel
to
like people
keep it
know who
there?
you are. People in the chat are like, Brenda's a superstar. So maybe they've seen you and I don't know. But no. I think that's great. I think focusing on women is great.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's what you want to do. I don't think you necessarily need to, but if you enjoy working with women, then you can focus on that. So like we work with men and women, But you know what's weird is my masterminds end up being like 60-40 female. I don't know why. But that's just the way it works out. But that's cool. So you can go either way.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
so encouraging. I appreciate it.
You got it. Jordan.
Hello.
Hi, Jordan.
Hi. Okay. So well, a lot of dental practices struggle with transitioning to fee for service,
Yes.
creating a seamless patient experience and building a thriving sleep department,
Yep.
meaning helping people with sleep apnea.
Yep.
Many need to make changes but feel overwhelmed and don't know where to start. I help dental
Okay.
practices simplify that process by implementing proven systems for fee for service, optimizing sleep and airway programs, and enhancing the patient experience so they can increase revenue, improve their patient outcomes, and create a practice that runs effectively without stress.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
No
good.
changes?
No, that's good. That's perfect.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
You got it. Gabriella, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on?
All right. So I help fitness instructors and yoga instructors who's tired and frustrated to teach small groups and empty rooms to step into their power and become a magnetic coach.
Perfect. I think that's great.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a huge demand for that. And if I were you, Gabriella, I wouldn't necessarily focus on freelancers. I would focus on studio owners.
Okay.
So it's kind of like what Gym Launch did. One of the things that Alex Hormozy did when he first launched Gym Launch that was very smart is it's like, look, there's not really any difference between helping a full-blown gym get more members and getting a personal trainer to get more clients. It's pretty much the same structure, same strategies. But what he did is he focused on gyms that had a certain number of members. I think they needed to have 120 members already. But what that allowed him to do is really command a premium price point for that, because these are guys that already spent the money on the space, already spent the money on equipment, already had decent cash flow. And I think his first version of Gym Launch was like 25 grand or something like that. So if you focus on people that already like here's a key principle, guys, another really key principle for you guys, okay? This is the river, okay? So there's the river. Over here is the promised land. Actually, you can't see that because my face is covering it. Over here is the promised land where everything is awesome. And over here is where they are now, where everything sucks, okay? And so you've got like this group of people here are like in their huts, not really thinking about going across the river. Then you got these people here that have come outside going, hey, one day I might go across the river. Then you got these people here that are like, cutting down trees and planning on building a raft to one day take them across the river. And then you've got these people here that have built the raft and they're trying to cross the river and they're hoping that they don't drown. Which of these four groups of people is the best market to work with?
The one on the river.
Yes. Why?
Because they're halfway there already. They built
Exactly.
built it already.
Because they built it already. It's make or break. They have to get to the other side. Like these people are the wannabes. You know what I mean? These people are the people that really need to get there. Okay. So for you, Gabriella, that's what I would do. I would focus on people that have already made the investment. They've bought the studio. This is their dream. They're renting a space and they just can't fill it. I think that will absolutely crush. And I think it will command a premium, a higher price point than just any yoga practitioner who wants to kind of like make money at this.
Right.
Make sense?
Mm.
Cool. All right. Marcel.
Hi there.
Hi.
I help women struggling to get into their clothes, having a poor self-esteem, getting weight off, on the verge of giving up by saving their health and get off 20 pounds in 6 weeks. I've had this program. I have a high ticket offer and 99% of my people get 20 off in 6 weeks.
Great.
I created a homeopathic drop that is proprietary and
Okay.
it works like an alternative to Ozempic.
Nice.
Problem is, I've done everything you're talking about. I've got the ads, I've got the webinar, I've got a YouTube channel, I've got podcasts, is getting eyeballs on without spending thousands of dollars on Facebook.
Well, it's okay to spend thousands of dollars on Facebook if you're making more thousands of dollars back.
And I'm not.
You're not. Okay. What's the process? What's the funnel structure you're using right now, Marcel?
So I have ads on Facebook. I've changed a lot of them. I have lots
Where
of
are they going?
They're going to a webinar.
Okay. How many ad creatives are you running right now?
I've got 4, and I change them all the time depending upon the kind of what the lead value is and how much
Okay.
to book a call. And I'm doing calls now with groups as opposed to individuals, which has been more successful for me.
Okay. Are you working with somebody to help you with your ads?
We've been doing it internally. I have worked with people. It hasn't
Okay.
been that
Because if you're
successful.
only running because here's the deal. This is going to be super niche inside baseball. Maybe you guys care, maybe you don't. But about 8 months ago, Facebook came up with a new algorithm update called Andromeda. Okay. And Andromeda took the way that you used to do Facebook ads and completely flipped it upside down. So the way that you used to do Facebook ads is there's the targeting and then there's the ads. So the way you used to do it is you needed really super, super tight targeting and like not that many ads, like 4 ads, 5 ads. And then you would get one would be the winner and you would scale the winner. What Andromeda did is completely flip that around, where now you use pretty much open targeting, but to make Andromeda work, you need like 20, 30, 40 different creatives per ad set, depending on your budget. So I don't know if you guys have made that switch, Marcel, but if you're only running 4 ads right now, you've got to run a lot more creatives to make the algorithm work the way you want it to.
The dance is the finances,
Sure.
always. And I've been doing master classes. I just did a 5-day challenge, and it's just trying to kind of pull that all together because the success is ridiculous. I mean,
No, it sounds like it.
oh, no, it's amazing. It's just trying to get the word out there. So
Yeah.
I'll VIP with you tomorrow and might pick your brain a little bit more about
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about it more on the VIP. And if you need more help, book a call because this is a really deep question. I can't really diagnose what's not working on
I
the funnel
understand.
without seeing it.
I
But
booked a call already, so I've got
okay, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thanks. Latanya, and then we'll do Chad, and then I think Andrew had a question, and then we'll move forward real quick. Am I
Hi.
saying that right?
Yes, it's
Okay.
Latanya. So I have over 2 decades of HR experience. And so
Okay.
I'm looking to go into coaching and consulting. And what I'm thinking about is working with employees who either, and this is where I'm getting it's kind of vague, either employees who have attendance, performance, or behavior issues. They may have gotten a letter of expectation or be placed on a PIP.
Okay, so they're in a PIP.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so
That's
I'm trying to,
performance improvement plan, just in case you guys don't know.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I got you.
And so with that, there's also employees who may have a workers' comp case or a medical concern with restrictions. And so they may have to go into a job reassignment.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that the employees that maybe have like a attendance problem, it may not be as urgent as someone who's on a PIP and
Okay.
their job is at risk. So I'm trying to figure out like what I should focus on.
Save
so
your
that-
job.
Huh? Okay, so
Save
just focus on the
your
PIP
job.
portion of it.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
I work with people who've been put on a performance improvement plan or their job is otherwise in danger to save their job. I mean, it's just like saving your marriage. Like, save your job. If you're staring down the barrel of getting fired, like, let's do something about that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Chad, the legend. What's going on, man?
Hey,
Nice to
we
see
go
you.
far away.
Man,
So,
yeah, I've seen your stuff for
the
a long
difference
time.
is that I'm still stuck where you were, regarding the audience I've been talking to. So that's one of the challenges I have. Like I
Okay.
need to get the audience that would get more of my high ticket. I do high ticket, but it's like
So what's your offer right now, Chad?
5 clients a quarter, right? It's not really making it. So basically, I help experts, coaches, or professionals leverage their expertise and knowledge to create digital product fast. So
Okay.
fast is the keyword, right? Following specific product creation frameworks that I've developed, and now with AI, it's even easier to do that really in an incredible way. All right. So that's my proposal. Sometimes I do it through a program, and sometimes I even which is I know is wrong, but is like to get customers. I do even a done for you service. Like I would create for them 3 offers over 6 months. But this takes a volume of work or people to work with me to do everything for them, right? It's like a done for you offer. But it's also very attractive. Some people are ready, they prefer to do that, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, Chad, I think like you're doing that as a DFY right now? Like you're creating their digital
Yeah.
product for them?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's not selling well?
It is, but I'm not getting enough customers because I'm still getting my funnel through the regular affiliates from JVZoo or
Oh
Plus.
yeah,
I'm
no.
not-
We gotta be able to advertise this successfully.
I'm getting that small, tiny percentage of people that that are motivated to do that.
Yeah. So that was, so just to go like back in time, my big frustration back in the day was I was dependent on affiliates to sell my stuff. Using Warrior Plus, using JVZoo, and that's really what I wanted to break free from. So the whole genesis of this clients on demand system that I created was me going like, look, man, I don't want to depend on affiliates anymore. I want to be able to run ads and spend $1 on advertising and make like $5 or $10 back.
Right.
So I mean, Chad, like book a call, man. We can talk about like I can look at the funnel, I can look at the process, I can look at everything and just diagnose what's not working. But at the end of the day, if you like, and this is so true for all of you guys, like if you want to have a business that scales, you have to be able to spend $1 on advertising and make $5 back or $10 back. If you don't have that, you're never going to be in control of your business and you're never going to know where your next client's coming from. You know what I mean?
Right. I have zero knowledge and zero experience in that field.
Okay, so let me help you with that piece, man, because it's not that difficult, especially like if you're already a marketer, you already know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah, and that's gonna just open up the floodgates for you and give you so much confidence and certainty. When hey man, every month we spend $100,000 on ads, we make $500,000 back. Like, you can write your own ticket.
All right. So is it a valid offer that can scale? I mean,
of course it's a valid offer. Yeah, I mean, you got guys running offers right now for like a done for you webinar, done for you digital product. I think is a great offer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But you have to position it right and have the right funnel and run the ads and scale it. But I think that could definitely do really well.
Perfect. Cool.
You got it, man.
Well, I'll follow up. I'll book a call and see.
Yeah, book a call and let's talk because I want to go deeper on this with you. All right, Andrew, I know you had a question, and then I think Kayla and Brandon, you guys had a question too. Are you guys good? Just give me a thumbs up, guys, if you guys are good. Kinda? Kinda? All right. Andrew, what's up, man?
Wait. I booked a call already, so I can wait until we can talk.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll go deeper on whatever it is. All right, great, guys. Okay, great. So I'm just looking through the chat really quick. I see a lot of really great, like super tight outcomes in here. So this is fantastic. So, all right, let's move forward really quick. And I want to talk to you guys about how to structure your high ticket offers. And then we'll go ahead and use AI to build them out. Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me get my slides cooking here again. All right, great. So let's talk about really quickly how to organize your high ticket offers, because I think this is going to be super important for you guys to understand what it is. All right. Let's talk about the path to victory. So the best way for most of you guys. So first of all, let me just say really quickly, you guys can deliver your magic however you want. As long as your offer delivers the outcome, I don't really care how you deliver it, right? You guys can, do like a 3-day event. You guys can sell a VIP day, like someone else mentioned. You guys can do all kinds of different stuff. But for most people, the best way to sell your high ticket coaching in a way that's going to give you income and freedom and impact is to do an 8 to 10 week online group coaching program. That's for most people, the best way to do this. Okay. So the idea is that you take the client from point A, where they have this terrible problem, to point B, where they don't. So think of the path from A to B and break it up into milestones. And each milestone would be like 1 week of your program. So like, for example, let's just take Chad's offer that we were just talking about. And let's say he's helping people build their high ticket offer, right? So probably the first step, the first milestone on the path from the hell where they don't have a high ticket offer to the heaven where they do, is to get clarity on what that offer is going to be and who they're going to help. The next step would probably be to figure out like your price. And then maybe the next step would be to figure out your audience. And then maybe the next step would be to actually build the program, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So each milestone is 1 week of your program. Does that make sense to you guys? Each milestone would be 1 week of your program. So in week 1, you get them the clarity piece. Week 2, you get them the price. Week 3, you figure out the audience. Week 4, you build the thing. Or let's say, for example, that it was a marriage offer. Maybe the first thing we need to do is just get clear on everybody's goals for the marriage. Like, do you want the same thing? But what do you want and what do they want? And is that compatible? Then maybe the second thing we're going to do is get the communication back. And, maybe the third thing we're going to do is to stop the fights. And then maybe the fourth thing we're going to do is get the intimacy back and, revive like a dead bedroom or something like that. Do you see what I mean? So you guys look at what's the hell, what's the heaven? What are the milestones on the journey from the hell to the heaven? And each milestone is 1 week of your program. Everybody clear on that? type yes in the chat if that makes sense. I'm moving kind of fast because AI is going to do a lot of this work for you, which is really cool. But I want you guys to understand the concept. Okay, great. So the question we want to ask is, how can I build a program that creates amazing results for my clients and freedom for me? So what we've found at Clients on Demand is that there's 3 things that your coaching program really needs to have in order to get amazing outcomes for your clients. And this is what the AI is actually going to build for you. So I just want to give you some context around this. The first thing that a great coaching program needs to have is a start to finish step-by-step strategy. Now, those are 2 different things. We need to give it to them from start to finish, meaning it takes them all the way to the outcome, and it's got to be delivered in a way that's step-by-step so they can follow along. So we don't want to just give them a piece of the puzzle. We want to give them the whole puzzle, and we don't want to give it to them all at once. We want to give it to them step-by-step so they don't get overwhelmed, okay? So part of the reason that most coaching programs suck is that they just give you one piece of the puzzle. And maybe you guys have joined a coaching program like that, where let's say you wanted to learn YouTube or something like that. And so you joined a program and the guy was the YouTube guy and he showed you YouTube and how to like make a video go viral, but he didn't show you anything that happens after that. Like, how do you actually take people from YouTube and turn them into clients, which is what you really want? Or maybe you guys have joined coaching programs where they just dump all the information and they're like, cool, watch these videos and figure it out. Like, that doesn't work. What works is to give them a process that they can follow all the way to the outcome. Make sense? The second thing you need is world-class support. So that's another big problem in the coaching space, is that most programs have like no support, where you have to figure it all out on your own. Remember, people don't want information, they want transformation. That means they want results. So at Clients on Demand, all of our programs are done with you. Like we guide you and hold your hand every step of the way. And that's how I'm going to show you guys how to build your programs. And then the last thing you need is mindset and performance coaching. What we found at COD over the years is that the biggest problem in most cases is not like a lack of information. The biggest problem is fear. It's fear. So like LaTanya, for example, you can create a program about how to help them navigate through this performance improvement plan. But the biggest problem isn't that they don't know how to be better at their job. I mean, even though they might not. The biggest problem is they're scared out of their goddamn minds that they're going to get fired and they're paralyzed and they think their boss hates them. You're going to have to coach them through figuring that out. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for you, Gabriella. Like, they've invested in, opening up a coaching or a yoga studio, and they don't, like, what happens when they actually have 200 people showing up at their yoga studio? How are they going to deal with that? That's pretty scary. So coaching them through the fear is a big part of it. So this is how I suggest you guys structure your online programs in terms of the deliverables. Every week for 8 weeks, you're going to give them a pre-recorded training that takes them to one milestone of their program. Every week, you're going to get on a Zoom call just like this one with all of your clients, and you're going to answer everybody's questions at the same time like I just did. Then you're also going to have some sort of email support or a help desk where people can email you questions. Like, so let's say they're let's say you just did your Q&A call and, for whatever reason they couldn't make it. You don't want to make them wait a week for the next Q&A call. They should be able to email you a question, and then you just, email them the answer. That's like 20 minutes a day. And then I'd also argue that you guys probably want to have some kind of community as well, where your clients can interact with each other, guide each other, support each other, be accountability partners and all this other cool stuff. What I want you guys to understand is that this framework here gets better results than one-on-one coaching. Because if I hire like Danya to be my coach and we're working one-on-one, Danya, you're my only sense of certainty, right? Like, I hire you, I give you the money, and I'm like, dude, I hope Danya can deliver. I don't know. But if I'm there in a group coaching program and there's all these other people there too, and let's just say I showed up and I'm on week 1 and I get on the Zoom call and there's all these other people that are on week 5 and they're going, oh my God, Danya is the best. Oh my God, I had this amazing transformation. Oh my God, this is changing my life. Now I'm like, oh man, I'm in the right place. This is great. So this group dynamic that gets created actually is going to get your people better outcomes than one-on-one. Make sense? So your total time investment to run this entire program is about 3 to 4 hours per week. So imagine being able to serve all your clients in about 3 to 4 hours a week and getting them better outcomes than you are right now. Super powerful. Now, I want to introduce you to this guy. This is the overzealous Sherpa. He's very excited. let's just say that you hired this guy, Lori. Let's say you hired this guy to help you climb Mount Everest. And this is one of those Sherpa guides. And the Sherpa guide has been in a lot of trainings before. And he's like, man, I'm supposed to over deliver. I want to really over deliver for Lori. You know, Lori's paying me 50 grand or whatever to get her up to the top of Mount Everest. I want to really over deliver for her. And so you show up at base camp and he's got all this stuff. Okay. He's got like 25 tents and 50 sleeping bags and 50 oxygen tanks and like a bunch of yaks or whatever that are going to get you up the mountain. He thinks he's over delivering for you because he's giving you all this extra stuff, but all he's really doing is making it harder for you to get up the mountain. Does that make sense? So the moral of the story, guys, is to keep your programs lean and mean. So I don't know if you guys have ever been on other webinars before where they're pitching something, but a lot of the time they do that value ladder where they're like, you know, if you sign up right now, you're going to get this bonus and this bonus and this bonus and this bonus, right? And it's like the way they're trying to justify the value is just by giving you more and more stuff, right? When it comes to high ticket, that actually kills your credibility, right? And just imagine, like, let's say you were in a guy's office and he's like, you know, I don't know, hey, Brenda, I'm going to save your marriage. You know, your marriage isn't working out. We're going to work together for 8 weeks. I'm going to save your marriage. And if you sign up right now, you get the set of steak knives. Like you would like run for cover, right? So get out of this idea that the way to justify the value is to give people more stuff. It's not about giving people more stuff. It's about giving them just enough to get to the outcome, because anything more than that wastes their time. Does that make sense, you guys? So that's the parable of the overzealous Sherpa. Keep your programs lean and mean because the value comes from the outcome. So here's the bottom line. Okay. We all want income and freedom and impact, right? That's what we started this presentation talking about. We all want those things at the same time. That's the dream. So delivering your high ticket programs in this way lets you get maximum results for your clients. So there's your impact. Lets you do it in just a few hours a week. And you can do it from anywhere in the world with just a laptop and internet connection. There's your freedom while you get paid $5,000 to $10,000 per client. That's your income. So income, freedom, and impact. Okay. This is the best way to create all three of those things at the same time. And by the way, guys, that's pretty much the coolest life I can think of. I make millions of dollars working with people like Dr. Becky, who's helping dyslexic kids learn to read. And anytime I want to, I can grab my family and I can fly anywhere I want to in the world and go on vacation and have a good time. You know, that's pretty cool. Maybe like Tom Cruise has a cooler life than that. You know what I'm saying? But like in terms of like how cool your life can be, that's up there. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to the AI piece, the piece that you guys have all been waiting for. We're going to build some coaching programs using AI. And so here is what I need from you. What we're going to do in a minute is I want you guys to write one sentence that expresses your outcome and who it's for. And I know some of you guys already posted those in the chat, but we're going to just do it again. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take that one sentence and we're going to turn it into your entire high ticket coaching program with every module completely finished. And those of you guys that haven't really had a chance to play around with AI yet, it is a game changer and it's going to blow your mind. So your statement should be something like this. I help this group of people who are struggling with this problem achieve this outcome so they can have this benefit. Okay. So for example, I help business owners who are struggling with lead flow attract more clients so they have more income, more free time, and never have to worry about business coming in the door. Or something like this. I help expectant moms who are struggling with morning sickness have a healthy pregnancy so they can have healthy kids and get in shape fast after giving birth. All right. So write a sentence like that, pop it in the chat. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one of those sentences and I'm going to use it to demo how our AI bot works. So here's what's going to happen next. You start with the one sentence mission statement. Then AI is going to turn that and expand that into a full mission statement. Then it's going to outline your entire 8-week course. And then it's going to actually create 8 weeks of lesson plans for you. Make sense? Now, here's what's really cool. The lesson plans that the AI creates are designed to be client facing. That means you can take these lesson plans and just give them to your clients. Now, don't do that. You know, put your own 2 cents in there. Okay. Let's not be super lazy and just like let AI create something and you just pass it off to your clients. All right. Put your own expertise in there. But my point is that when you see what AI generates for you guys using this bot that we've created, it's going to absolutely blow your mind. And you can actually give these lesson plans directly to your clients. And that can be the backbone of your 8-week program. Make sense? So you can turn them into videos, you can hand them to your clients, and you are absolutely 100% ready to go. Okay. So type your 1 sentence into the chat, and then I'll pick somebody's and I'll demo the bot. Okay. So I see Chad's. I help experts and coaches leverage their expertise and knowledge to create digital products fast, following my product creation framework. Stop trading time for money. Chad, that's great. Kat, you are not losing your job because you don't know AI. You're losing your job because you don't know AI. You're not losing your job because you don't know AI. You're losing your job because you don't know AI. We teach a 6-week program to help you job safe. Okay, got it. I got it what it is. Danya, I help Christian women of influence who feel burnt out establish healthy, robust boundaries to restore their peace, rebalance their relationships, and reclaim a life that they love. Russ, I need you to.
I need the tweezers.
I can't help you. I'm on a webinar right now. Go on. Shut my door. Says my son. Sorry, guys. I know. I don't have tweezers. No, get out of here. Sorry. All right, let's see. Jordan, I help dental practices who are struggling with transitioning to fee for service. Jordan, yours is great. Super specific. Type these in the chat, guys. Let's see. Carla, high-performing introverts accelerate their careers. Perfect. Chris, midlife divorcees from the LDS community heal so they can find healthy relationships. Chris, that's great. Ben, 7- and 8-figure business owners who have hit a revenue ceiling get absolute clarity on what to do next and get the internal alignment. I love it. Lori, that's great. Quantrell, that's great. April, amazing. Sage, help women stuck in toxic relationships feel understood, supported, empowered. Great. Brenda, terrific. I'm just scamming through these real quick, you guys, and then we'll go ahead and demo the bot. Michelle, Chris. Okay, good. All right, guys, these are really, really great. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. In a minute, what we're going to do is we're going to post a link in the chat. Okay. That link is going to open up this document. Okay. Now, this document has all of the course creation prompts in it. So there's 2 ways you can do this: the bot and the prompts. Okay. So I built a custom bot for you guys on this platform called Poe. Now, Poe is really cool because it gives you access to every AI engine in one place. It gives you ChatGPT, it gives you Claude, it gives you Grok, it gives you DALL-E, it gives you all these different AI engines all in one spot. So Poe is really cool to use. So I built a bot on Poe that will actually create your high ticket program for you. So that's option 1. Option 2, but in order to use that bot, you need a Poe subscription. Now, I don't get any money from that. It doesn't like do anything for me. It's just I had to put the freaking bot someplace. So I put it on Poe. Okay. So that's option 1. Option 2 is if you guys already have a subscription to ChatGPT or any of those or Claude or whatever, I actually put all the prompts in here too. So you can just copy paste these prompts into your favorite AI engine. Does that make sense, you guys? Any questions about that? So you got 2 options. You can use the bot, which I'm going to demo in a second. Or if you've already got a subscription to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you want to use, you guys can use the prompts and just copy paste them in there. All right. So 2 different ways to do this. Now, the AI engine that I suggest that you guys use is called Claude. Claude is the best out there for writing copy, period, end of story. It blows ChatGPT out of the water for things like copywriting. Okay. Now, if you have a Claude subscription, take the prompts in this document, paste them into Claude, and you're off to the races. If you don't, and you want to use Poe, you can go to Poe.com, you can grab a subscription there, and that will enable you to use the bot, which I will demo right now. Okay, so Brenda, I think I'm going to use your program to demo the bot, if you're cool with that. Is that cool? Okay, so the prompt I have for you is, where is it? Where was yours? Where's your 1 sentence, Brenda? I remember seeing it was good, but I didn't snag it. Did you pop it in there? There it is. I help professional women wanting to grow their online business overcome their fear and become confident and persuasive speaking and presenting on camera. Anything you want to add to that? Are you okay if I use you as the guinea pig? Okay, sweet. All right. So when you click on this link here in the document, so you can see right here, po.com course creator. When you click on that link, it's going to take you here to the course creation bot. So you can see it says, welcome to the Clients on Demand course creator. I'm here to help you create your complete 8-week high ticket program, blah, 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 blah. And all you guys are going to do is paste your mission statement in there. So Brenda, once again, just checking in. Is there anything you want to add to that one sentence, or is that pretty good? Okay. You can unmute too, so we can talk about this, because all right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here. So the first thing it's going to do is going to take this simple mission statement and it's going to flesh it out into a more expanded mission statement. So here's what it said. I help professional women wanting to grow their online business achieve magnetic on-camera confidence, create compelling content that converts viewers into clients, and establish themselves as the go-to authority in their field so they can scale their impact and income without hiding behind the scenes anymore. I only work with professional women who are committed to growing their online business to the next level, recognize that their fear of being on camera is the bottleneck holding back their success, and who are ready to invest in themselves to break through this barrier once and for all. I absolutely reject clients who want a quick fix without doing the inner work, who make excuses about why they just aren't camera people, or aren't willing to practice and implement what they learn. Without my help, these women will continue to watch their competitors dominate their market while they stay invisible, lose thousands of dollars in potential revenue every month, they stay hidden, and feel the crushing regret of knowing their gifts could help so many people if only they could share them confidently. This makes their life a living hell because they're trapped in a prison of their own making, knowing they have valuable expertise that could transform lives, but being paralyzed by fear every time they try to share it, watching less qualified competitors succeed simply because they're willing to be visible, and living with the daily pain of playing small when they were born to play big. But with my help, these professional women will command attention the moment they appear on screen, speak with such authentic power that viewers can't help but trust them, and build a loyal audience of ideal clients who are eager to buy from them. This benefits everything in their life because when you master on-camera presence, you don't just grow a business, you become unstoppable in every area where confidence matters, from sales calls to speaking opportunities to becoming the leader your industry desperately needs. So far, so good? I see you smiling. Yeah? Unmute yourself so we can talk about it, okay? Is that cool? Can you unmute? Can someone unmute Brenda? Or Ryan, can you unmute Brenda? Brenda?
Okay, yeah. Okay, now
there we
I
go.
can unmute. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. I want to take the course.
Yeah, it sounds really good, right? I'm like,
that's
oh, where do I sign up for this?
Oh, gosh.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Okay, cool.
Wow.
All right. So now this part, guys, and your mission statements are all going to follow the same basic structure. But this part, I want you to really pay attention to this next part. Because what it's going to do next is it says the way I help them achieve this result is by, and then it's going to give you what it thinks your 8 milestones should be. Does that make sense, you guys? Remember how we talked about splitting your program up into milestones? Here it's going to give you what it thinks your 8 milestones should be. So let's just go through this together. Wow. Week 1, destroying the hidden confidence killers, identifying and eliminating the specific subconscious patterns that trigger camera fear. Week 2, installing your magnetic speaker identity, being an unshakable on-camera persona that feels authentic and powerful. Week 3, mastering your visual authority, creating a professional presence through lighting, framing, and body language that commands respect. Week 4, the persuasion formula, structuring content that moves viewers to action using psychological triggers. Week 5, storytelling that sells, crafting stories that create emotional connection and drive conversions. Week 6, handling the heat, mastering live video, Q&A, and thinking on your feet without panic. Week 7, content systems that scale, building a sustainable video content strategy that doesn't burn you out. And week 8, launch your authority campaign, executing a visibility plan that positions you as the obvious expert. Now, does that sound pretty cool?
Wow,
I mean,
that's awesome.
all right. Anything you'd want to change there or anything like that?
No,
okay.
It's very, very comprehensive.
Okay, cool. Well,
Yes.
you ain't seen nothing yet. So
I can
watch
speak
this.
to all of that too.
Okay,
so.
great. So now I'm going to hit continue. And what it's going to do is, so now we have our mission statement. Now what it's going to do next, guys, is it's going to flesh out those 8 steps into a course outline. And what it's going to do, it's going to take those individual weeks, and for each week, it's going to give you a strategy, which is like what you're going to teach. It's going to give you mindset, which is what are the beliefs they need to shift, and it's going to give you homework. So that's going to be just like an overview of your 8-week program. And then once we have that, we can have it actually build out each individual week and create a full-blown lesson plan for each individual week, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit continue. So now it's going to create the outline. Okay. So week 1, destroying the hidden confidence killers. Strategy. We begin by conducting a deep fear inventory to identify the specific triggers that cause camera paralysis. Clients will learn the neuroscience behind camera fear, understand why their brain perceives the camera as a threat, and implement the fear interrupt protocol to neutralize anxiety at its source. And it's going to give you all this, by the way. We'll map their personal confidence saboteurs and install new neural pathways that associate the camera with safety and excitement. Mindset. My fear was never about the camera. It was about old stories of not being enough. I'm releasing those outdated protection mechanisms and embracing my right to be seen, heard, and valued. My message matters more than my fear. And the homework is complete the camera fear assessment, record a 2-minute baseline video private, implement the daily confidence anchor practice, 5 minutes morning and evening, and journal about 3 times in life when speaking up led to positive outcomes. Like, that's pretty cool. All right. And then week 2, installing your magnetic speaker identity, develop your unique speaker persona that feels completely authentic yet powerful, learn the authority stack method to communicate credibility instantly, master the 3 core energies, teacher, leader, and friend, and how to blend them for maximum connection. Design your signature style, catchphrases, and the specific energy you want to be known for. Mindset. I don't need to be perfect. I need to be purposeful. My authentic self, when channeled with intention, is more powerful than any script or performance. I'm magnetic when I'm genuinely myself in service of others. This honestly sounds awesome. Create your speaker persona blueprint, record 5 practice videos embodying different energy combinations, identify and document your genius zones where you naturally shine, and create your personal power phrase library.
Wow.
Like, I mean, come on.
I'm
So guys,
loving
type
it.
yes in the chat if that sounds pretty badass to you.
I'm loving it.
Like, it's crazy.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, oh man, like you better launch this, Brenda. Like, this is
I
gonna
know,
keep
I
going
know.
good, right? Okay. So now I'm not going to create all 8 weeks because that'll take a minute, but let's pick one of these weeks.
Wow.
Like maybe week 2, I guess. Like, this sounds kind of interesting. And let's let it create the lesson plan for week 2 so you can see what that's going to look like. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me go here and I'm just going to type week 2 and it'll give us week 2. And, you know, and again, then you could go back and type week 3 and it'll give you week 3 and so on. But let's do week 2. Great. So now it's going to create the detailed lesson plan for week 2. And again, this is designed to be client facing. So you can literally take this and hand it to your clients if that's what you want to do. All right. So let's go through this together. Week 2, installing your magnetic speaker identity, your authentic power unleashed on camera. Welcome to the week that changes everything. This is where you stop trying to be someone else on camera and start channeling your most powerful, authentic self. By the end of this week, you'll have crafted a speaker persona that feels like coming home to yourself, except it's the version of you that commands attention, builds instant trust, and converts viewers into raving fans. The truth about on-camera magnetism. Here's what most camera confidence coaches won't tell you. The women who seem naturally magnetic on camera aren't born that way. They've simply discovered how to channel their authentic self through an intentional filter that amplifies their natural gifts while minimizing their default patterns that dilute their power. Think about Oprah. Do you think she's exactly the same when she's at home in her pajamas as when she's interviewing someone? Of course not. But she's also not fake or performing. She's channeling her truest self through her speaker persona, a carefully crafted vision of herself that serves her audience at the highest level. So this week, you're going to build your own speaker persona, one that feels so aligned with who you really are that it requires no acting, no exhausting performance, no fake it till you make it. Instead, you'll learn to consistently access the version of you that already exists in your most confident moments. So part 1, the speaker persona blueprint, understanding your 3 core energies. Every magnetic speaker operates from a blend of 3 core energies. Most women naturally lean toward one, but need all 3 to create true on-camera authority. The teacher energy. This is your expertise, knowledge, and wisdom. It creates credibility and positions you as the expert. The shadow side can become preachy, condescending, or boring. Key phrases. Let me show you. Here's what you need to know. The research shows. Body language, centered, grounded, clear gestures that illustrate points. So then it goes into the leader energy, the friend energy. It's helping you kind of discover your natural, like, so now you like rank yourself, right? And then the authority stack method. This is the secret to communicating credibility in the first 7 seconds on camera. Like, it's got the different layers, crafting your signature style, your verbal fingerprint. Like, this is so cool. Your visual identity markers. What are the signature colors you're going to wear? What are your signature accessories? What are your signature gestures? The integration process. Like, how do you activate this using a ritual so you can access it anytime you want? So for everything, guys, it's going to give you strategy for every week. It's going to give you mindset mastery and identity shifts and new beliefs and how to install those new beliefs. It's going to give you homework to give to your clients. and different assignments that you can give them. For every week, guys, it's going to have a troubleshooting guide. Like, what are the things that could go wrong? Challenge 1, it feels like I'm acting. This is normal at first. You're not acting. You're practicing accessing a part of yourself that's always been there but hasn't been exercised. Think of it like learning to use your professional voice when you started your career. At first, it felt unnatural. Now it's just a part of how you show up in a professional setting. So it's going to give you challenges. It's going to give you the solution. And it's going to give you success metrics. Like, how do you know you're on track? These are the things to look for. It's also going to, for every week, give you guys advanced strategies for the people that need like a little bit more. And then every week is going to end with closing inspiration. Right now, there's a version of you that already exists. She's confident on camera. She speaks with natural authority. She magnetically attracts ideal clients. She's not some future version you have to become. She's already inside you, waiting to be activated. Your speaker persona isn't a mask you wear. It's a doorway you walk through. On the other side of the door is the you who's been waiting to be expressed, the you who has important things to say, like the you who changes lives with her words, the you who commands premium prices because her value is undeniable. Like, so there you go, right? Pretty cool, right?
Wow. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How is this delivered? Is this something that
like, what would you do? What would you do with this?
You're right. Like, is this a presentation written, or is this on video that I would?
So here's how I would do this. I'll show you right now. What I would do is, obviously you guys can have fancy slides like I have. So you guys could take this outline and you could give it to a graphic designer and have the graphic designer make slides if you want to. Or there's another AI program called Gamma where you guys can take this and upload it into Gamma and it will actually make slides for you. Right? So it's called, I think it's gamma.app. But what I would do, guys, just to make it really simple and get it off the ground, is I would copy this and then I would go to Google Docs and I would open up a Google Doc and I would literally just paste this in here. Okay. And so then when you are creating your program, Brenda, I would literally just make a screencast video that looks just like this with the document there and then your little, video in the corner, just like mine is. And just talk through the lesson plan. Like, hey guys, what's going on? It's Brenda. Welcome to week 2, installing your magnetic speaker identity. This is the week that changes everything. This is where you stop trying to be someone else on camera, start channeling your powerful, authentic self. And literally getting through this document will probably, and you could break it up into a few different videos, but this would be 1 week of your program.
Okay.
You see? So you could just teach through the document if you don't want to have like all the fancy slides and stuff. Or if you do, you can go ahead and make those. That just adds an extra step. Okay. Sure. So I'll email you this, Brenda, and
thank you.
You can, I'll email you. We created already because this sounds like a really badass program.
It
like
really
I told
does.
you before, there's already like an absolute huge market for this. But a lot of the coaching programs that I've been seeing, guys, that are commanding a premium price point, they don't waste time with fancy slides or any of that stuff. They just have a document like this. They make a video of themselves teaching through the document, and then they put a link to the document under the video so they can access the document and read through it when they want to. And that's really all you need in terms of just delivering the information of your program.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's just
super
awesome.
cool.
Yes.
Like super easy.
I have a quick
Yeah.
question.
Go ahead.
So on top of that, as far as the delivery, like, would it be on something like, like well, whatever, like, so, Kajabi, like something that still has like,
Yeah, you put it
the
in
video.
Kajabi, you put it in Go High Level, you put it in, and guys, you don't even need a fancy members area. Like, we had a guy scale his business to like multiple 6 figures a month. And what he did is he just used email to deliver his program. So like week 1, you literally got like a link in your email to watch the training for week 1. And then week 2, you got a link to watch the training for week 2, and so on. And then every week you would get invited your link to the Zoom call. So you don't even have to put this stuff into some fancy members area if you don't want to.
But that's still kind of like requires like a drip like situation.
Yeah, you just
right?
like a drip, but like anything can do that. GetResponse can do that. Any email platform can drip feed, and then you just add them to the sequence that just emails them every week.
Okay.
So you guys can keep it super simple. The main thing I want you guys to understand is that like what justifies the value is not having some gorgeous website, like wait until you're like, we didn't have a gorgeous website until we were already like, we literally got to $1 million a month and our website sucked. And I remember I was on a call with my team and they were like, Russ, and it was like an intervention, like when like they have an intervention for like alcoholics or something. My whole team was on the call and they're like, Russ, we got to talk to you. And I'm like, what is this? And they're like, Russ, this website is a disgrace. We're doing $1 million a month. Like, spend the money, get a better website. So my point is that like a lot of the stuff that people think is important, like having a beautiful website and stuff, it just doesn't matter. And I know it doesn't matter because we scaled to $1 million a month and our website was gross. So anyway, Just something to think about. So what I would start, guys, is just create your program and do it like quick and dirty, because what your audience wants is the outcome. They don't really care what the branding looks like. They just want to be good on camera or whatever it is. They want to get there fast. They don't want to wait 6 months for, Brenda to hire some $50,000 web designer to build like the most gorgeous website ever. Like, they need your help. They need your help now. So roll this thing out and roll it out quick. All right, so I'm going to drop the link to this stuff in just a second. Let me just cover one more quick thing with you guys. So today we promised that I would walk you step by step through the same offer creation process that I use when I'm rolling out a high ticket offer, and that I'd show you guys how to use AI to do it faster than ever. So I think we pretty much did that, right? And if you don't get through your course outline, no problem. I want you guys to understand you have permanent access to these prompts. They're not going anywhere. If I move them someplace, I'll email you and tell you, but you guys can use this to generate as many high ticket coaching programs as you guys want. So the one thing I want you guys to understand is this, all right? The biggest cost in your business is not your advertising or your marketing or your software. The biggest cost in your business is the money you're not making. So what I mean by that is that when I was stuck at $100K a month and I knew that I could be making $1 million a month, I saw that as losing $900,000 a month. That's what I was spending every month in tuition to the university of not knowing. I just didn't know how to do this stuff, and I had to go out there and hire people to show me how to do it. All right. So having a high ticket offer mapped out is just step one. That's just the first domino. And it's been a big sticking point for a lot of you guys that have been tinkering with your high ticket offer for like 6 months, right? Now you guys can use these prompts and take that off your to-do list and have your whole high ticket offer mapped out. But here's the thing. If all that does is you guys go out there and create this amazing high ticket program and it just collects cyber dust on your hard drive, that means I blew it. Okay? Like LaTanya, there's people going through a performance review right now that need your help. Chad, there's people that are struggling to get their digital product launched that need your help. Gabriella, there's so many brilliant yoga teachers out there who spent the money, got the studio, can't get clients, can't get it started. All of you guys have an impact that you were born to make, and it's my job to help you make it. Please, please, please don't create these amazing coaching programs and then never sell it. If we don't sell this thing, we're wasting our time, all right? So we have to nail down the offer stack. We have to tap into your warm audience if you have one. We have to build a proper client attraction funnel. We got to drive traffic. We got to make sales. And wrapped around all of that is your mindset and who you're becoming along the way. So now you guys have a choice to make. Do you want this to be something real? Or do you want this to be something where you just came to a webinar one time and created a cool offer and then never did anything with it? And this is a really important question, you guys, because this is going to define the course of the rest of your life. Having a high ticket offer that's for sale for 5K or 8K or 10K and an offer that changes people's lives will transform everything about your day to day. It is the coolest thing you can possibly do, but you have to do it. And you have to have guts and you have to have courage. And to be honest, you have to have world-class support. Your odds of doing this on your own are zero. How do I know that? I know that because I'm a genius at this stuff and my odds of doing it on my own were zero. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching and mentoring. And if I hadn't done that, I would still be Russ the bartender. Okay? So all of you guys need to get this thing off the ground. And here's how I can help if that's what you want to do. Like I said before, we've set aside some time in the next few days to speak to you personally about how you can successfully market and sell your high ticket offer. Whatever your biggest challenge is, we've seen it and we know how to overcome it. So no matter what you think is the sticking point for you, I promise we've seen it and we've solved that problem like thousands and thousands of times, okay? So on this session, we're going to work with you to craft a step-by-step game plan to start selling your high ticket offer consistently using the exact same marketing system that we use. So we'll get on a call for about 40 minutes and we'll look at all of your offer and exactly how to sell it. And we'll map out exactly what you guys should be doing to really make this real and enroll people into it consistently. The cost for this is absolutely free. There's no charge for this whatsoever. But really quick, just want you guys to understand, this is not for everybody, right? You should be earning about 5K a month or more from your coaching business already, or have some kind of budget to invest in growing your business. Starting a coaching business or scaling a coaching business takes money, not a ton, but it takes some. You need to be serious about scaling your business now. You need to be willing to invest what it takes to make that happen. And remember, this is all about maximizing your income and your freedom and your impact. So if that's what you want, then book a call now. Like, don't wait, get it done now. There's very limited space on the calendar. So what I want you guys to do is, like I said before, go to clientsondemand.com/apply. I'm going to put that in the chat, and let us help you make this real, right? Book a call to talk to us, because we can show you exactly how to structure this. If you've got a high ticket offer already and it's not selling, we'll fix it. We'll show you how to fix it. And if you've got this new one and you want to get that cranking, we'll show you how to do that too. Either way, our goal on this call is to just shave years off your learning curve. Like I said, it is my mission to help you live your mission. And so if you guys create this amazing coaching programs and then don't do anything with it, that means I blew it. If you guys walk away from this webinar going like, oh yeah, I can do this on my own, I blew it, because you can't, I promise. Like, I couldn't do it on my own unless you're kind of like some kind of like super genius or something like that. You know, your chances of doing this on your own are zero. So let us help you leverage our expertise, leverage our experience. I mean, it's like climbing Mount Everest by yourself. Could you do it? Theoretically, yeah, but you're probably going to die. So don't do it. You know what I mean? Hire somebody to get you to the top of the mountain. All right. Andrew's asking, I booked a call with you. Will it be with you? It depends. So I got me and a couple of my chief strategists on kind of like a round robin. So there's a good possibility the call would be with me. If not, it's probably gonna be with Matt. He's been with me for 8 years. He can answer all your questions. And ultimately, if you guys need to talk to me, he can show you how to do that too. But the goal, guys, is to help you map out exactly how you are going to sell this consistently. So go to clientsondemand.com/apply and book that call. Ryan, go ahead and pop the link in the chat to access the, okay, great. So Ryan just put this in the chat. That's going to be the link to this document, again, that has the prompts library in it. The password to access it is Russ is awesome, I guess. Thanks, Ryan. Click that link. It's going to open up this document. Type in that password, Russ is awesome. And again, guys, just to remind you how it works, if you want to use the bot, you can go to po.com and you can use the bot. It's probably the easiest way to do it. Or if you guys already have a subscription to ChatGPT or something like that, you guys can just paste this into whatever AI engine you want to use. I recommend Claude. That's going to give you the best output, but ChatGPT is pretty good. And then the new version of Gemini is out. So there's a lot of good stuff like that's been happening lately. All right. Anyone else have a question, guys? Anything I can help you guys with? We've got the VIP call coming up if you bought VIP. Chris, what's going on, man?
So tomorrow I'll be on the VIP call, and I also will be there on Friday. I've already booked my call prior to even this meeting.
Oh, outstanding.
So this is great, the way this is being, for me, that's great that it's giving me the roadmap.
Great.
But I'm also hearing that there's ways to actually put all the content in a format to where I can actually start recording the content to put into like Kajabi.
Yeah.
So that there's a video to it, because it's also going to require.
No, so that's what I just said. That's what Brenda asked.
So if I missed that part, I must have.
Oh yeah.
not.
So basically, just to recap for everybody, what you would do is take the output from the AI, copy paste that into a Google Doc, and just make a video using Loom or something where you can screen share, and it would look like it would look like this.
That would be great if you can share.
See that? And then you just, like, it's me in the corner, and then it's you just talking your way through this document and teaching your way through it, and record that, and that would be your training videos.
Well, for me, I have to actually use software to actually show people how to properly underwrite assets. And then
Okay, so you can screen share the software. I mean, it's like that part's the easiest part, Chris. Don't let that stop you.
Okay.
Yeah, super easy. And we'll talk to you when you have your call booked, and we can get into it a little bit deeper. Tammy's asking if you use School or Go High Level. Yeah, we recommend Go High Level. We build funnels for our clients, and we do all of that on Go High Level. So like if you guys are curious about like kind of like how we work, basically what we do is we work with you guys to create and scale your high ticket offers. So I mentioned that you've got a funnel that looks like this, actually a funnel that looks like this. We will build that for you guys. So we will work with you to get clear on your offer stack. That's the first thing we do. We've done a lot of that work together tonight, but we'll help you guys refine what that is. If you guys have a warm audience, we'll give you the exact campaigns to tap in your warm audience and hopefully pick up your first 5 or 10 or 15 clients from there. Then we'll build the client attraction system that looks like this with the masterclass. We'll show you how to do the ads. We'll show you how to do the calls. We'll show you how to do every piece of this. We'll coach you on your mindset every step of the way. So again, guys, the reason we have the results that we do is that we have the most comprehensive programs in the industry. You're never going to work with clients on demand and like have to figure stuff out for yourself. The level of support and handholding we give you is honestly obnoxious. If you guys aren't sick of us by the time we're done working together, you know, it's like, cool, Russ. I got this. That's what we want for you guys. Anyone else have a question, guys? So we show you guys how to run the ads, and we do it with you, meaning we look over your shoulder. You get assigned an ads coach. So when you come to work with us, guys, you get assigned an ads coach, a copywriter, a technician, a sales coach, and a mindset coach. So you have a whole success team that is working with you guys to get your business off the ground. And the reason we do it that way, guys, is that, so a couple of people are asking, you know, do I need a media buyer, or what about running ads? You need to know how to run ad campaigns yourself. So for all of our clients, what we do is we create the ad copy for you, and then we show you how to run the ads yourself. And then once you guys get good at it, you don't have to be amazing at it, then you guys can go and hire an agency or a media buyer or something like that. And the reason you want to do it that way, guys, is because if you don't know anything about ads and you go out there and hire a media buyer, you're going to get killed. And I learned that the hard way. When I was first starting out, I hired like all the best media buyers in the business because I didn't want to learn how to do Facebook ads. And I got crushed. I just absolutely got destroyed. Reza is asking, Poe is asking him to subscribe to the service. Do you need to subscribe? Probably, Reza. Again, look, I mean, I'm sorry I had to do it that way. I don't get any money from that. Like, I don't make like affiliate commissions from Poe or anything like that. But yeah, you could probably get the cheapest subscription, and I think you'll be okay. Any other questions, guys? Oh, Latanya? I see you nodding.
Yes, I was typing in the chat. Is it a one-time fee for the program, or is it a monthly fee to work with you and your team? Yes.
We have a bunch of different programs. Some of them are one time, some of them are ongoing, depending on the level of support that you need. So like when you book a call, we talk about working together. We'll help you pick out the program that's best for you.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Lane. Lane, you want to come on camera, man? I want to see that mustache again. There it is. There's the magic.
We're good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I already run a couple blue collar businesses, and I have a guy that's like my back end marketing guy and helps me create funnels and stuff. Is there like, can you customize your program to kind of reflect, you know, having somebody that?
Yeah, absolutely. That'll just make things easier. Like if you have a team, great. So the way we do our programs, guys, is like it's a blend of done with you and done for you. So I want it to be enough done with you so that you guys know how to run your business. That's super important to me. If our whole program was done for you and I just hand you the business, now you don't have any idea how to run it. And that wouldn't work with a restaurant. That wouldn't work with a donut store. Sure as hell wouldn't work with a coaching business. If I was like, hey, Lane, I'm going to set up a donut store for you and then just hand you the keys. You show up on day one, you're like, I don't know how to make donuts. I don't know how to get customers. I don't know how to do the inventory. I don't know how to do anything. You got to know how to run your business. But when it comes to the really difficult pieces, like building out the funnel and creating the marketing copy, we just do those parts for you. So that's the way that we get the best results without like taking your power away. Does that make sense, man?
For sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I have my team, we use Go High Level. So
great.
Y'all could just, I mean, we already have stuff built on there for my other businesses and automation. So y'all could just add to that basically.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll go inside your Go High Level build. And that's the other thing too, guys, just real quick. When we build funnels for you, a lot of companies will do it on their Go High Level. So then they hold you hostage where it's like, oh man, your funnel's on my Go High Level lane. It was, well, Russ, I don't want to work with you anymore. Cool. Well, there goes your funnel. Like, you know what I mean? Like we build everything on your Go High Level. Make sense?
Okay, cool. So, and then, yeah, I'm on the VIP. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, that's coming up.
Okay. All right. Cool. We can talk then.
Yeah, you got it, man. We'll get into it then.
Thanks.
Cool. Faruja.
Hi, Ross. So for me, I think my biggest bottleneck is hiring a team. I've had so much resistance growing a bigger team, and I think that's what's preventing me from scaling. But I think I'm at the stage now. Does your program help with different hires and how to scale and how to train them and things
Absolutely.
like that?
So we have SOPs for hiring. We have SOPs for when to hire, how to hire. But what's cool about this model, Faruja, and again, like guys, this is not an income claim. I'm not saying this is going to happen, let's be adults here. But we've had clients scale to like $100,000 a month with just them and an assistant. So that's how much leverage is in this model.
That's why I'm in the high ticket space. And
you're in the high ticket space, so you shouldn't need a massive team, right?
No, I've done 100K in 2 days with a VA. Like,
Great.
I know, but I want to scale much bigger than that now.
Okay. So then, so then we definitely have frameworks for that, Faruja, where we'll show you, okay, great. Once you got the VA, so you've already done that piece. The next piece is probably to hire an assistant coach to help you deliver the program, then to build your sales team. And that's really where the rubber meets the road, is for our clients that are scaling to 6 figures a month and multiple 6 figures a month. That's where it gets tricky. So we have really in-depth training, really solid SOPs for how to do that. We can connect you with recruiters. We can connect you with all the people that you need to do that. And then the other thing is that for people that are at that level, we will actually help train that sales team for you. So we have a special dedicated Q&A just for your salespeople. So like, yeah, the level of support we give to get that done is pretty nuts, because that's what we have to do to get results.
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. All right, guys. Any other questions? Charlie's asking, how do you share your screen and all that other stuff? Charlie, I'll have to make a video about that, man. It's pretty like CEO, like ninja level stuff. But we use a program called Ecamm, and my iPad and some other cool stuff, but that's James Bond kind of stuff, man. I don't know what to tell you. All right, superstars. You guys are awesome. Sage is asking, how long will we have access to Poe? Well, Sage, I mean, it depends. You got to figure out what level of Poe you guys sign up for. But as far as having access to the bot, you guys will have access to that forever. And if I ever move it from Poe to some other platform, I'll let you know. So you guys, my goal is for you guys to have access to these prompts and to this bot, like pretty much forever. Okay. But again, guys, the name of the game is like, yes, you're going to go in there. Yes, you're going to create a high ticket program. Yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. I want you guys to get in there. I want you guys to play. I want you guys to get excited. But at the end of the day, if we create the greatest high ticket coaching program the world has ever seen, and then you guys don't get any clients from it, I wasted my time. And so did you. We've got to make this real. Each and every one of you guys has an impact that you were born to make in the world. And it's my impact is to help you make your impact. So all of you guys, you just have such brilliant value to give. Everybody that I've spoken to today, there's such cool stuff that you guys are doing. There's so many people that need your help. And, again, if we don't reach those people the right way, it's not great. We wasted our time. So go to clientsondemand.com/apply and let us show you guys exactly how to make this work. Book that one-on-one call, get those calls booked in now. And for those of you guys who picked up VIP, I will see you guys on the VIP call, and we can go even deeper into some of this stuff. Okay. All right. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Hopefully you guys got massive value out of this. Can't wait to talk to you guys more about your high ticket offers. And those of you guys that have been struggling with the high ticket offer for a while, great. Now that's crossed off your to-do list. And now we can get to work actually selling these things and making that impact you were born to make. All right, superstars. I'll see you guys on VIP. And those of you guys that booked a call, I'll talk to you soon. And if you haven't booked a call yet, do it so we can help you get this thing off the ground. All right. Good night, everybody. Take it easy.